I got people forgetting folks in the union. That part. Every laugh ain't harmless. Every post ain't just jokes. Some people smiling online, crying in real life. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Why you tearing people down for fun? Why? You don't know what they carry when the camera done. Broken souls throw stones and hide their hands. Cowards in comment sections playing God again. Karma don't miss, no. Karma don't miss. And healing's still possible too. So either spread love or watch life humble you. Yeah, YouTube streets messy. Everybody got a target. Creators throwing dirt like hate became a market. Mocking people daily, that spirit look haunted. Tell me who raised y'all? This behavior garbage. Laughing at depression, exposing folks' trauma. Then that shock when tragedy follow behind you. The evil energy, boomerang proper. Come on, pull up selling like a midnight robber. And honestly, do you watch my live? I talk truth, pain, growth, tears, real vibes. Not everybody built for the games online. Some folks want insult from losing their mind. That's facts, no cap. Y'all did the humiliation. Every live stream feel like public execution. Views over souls, cloud over humans. Then wonder why the whole world mentally ruined. Somebody mama crying at night. Somebody daughter hurt inside. Somebody praying not to give up while bullets screenshot painful life. Shame on you, shame. You need healing too. Only damaged people wake up daily, trying to damage others too. Enough is enough. Why you tearing people down for fun? Tearing them down. You don't know what they fighting when the live stream done. Enough. Keyboard killers acting tough online. Whole time spiritually broken inside. Karma don't miss, no. Karma don't skip souls either. Every hateful seed gon' meet the reaper. So to the hurt and bully people, listen close. You matter more than these demons online. These chicks bitter, these dudes weird. Obsessed every day, like why you still here? Refreshing my page while pretending you don't care. Whole personality built off hate and fear. Talk slick online, real life timid. Broken inside, everybody can't feel it. Projecting their wounds while the comments all cheering. That ain't straight, baby, that sickness concealed. And I said what I said. Yeah, some of these creators need therapy bad. Not another live stream drag. Not another fake outrage cash grab scam. Y'all bully for a living. That's sad. Spirit look bankrupt, dusty and mad. And the people encouraging it just is trash. Laugh now. Karma got a long memory past. Lord, cover the wounded, cover the lonely heart, cover the lonely heart, cover the people crying silently in dark rooms. Teach us compassion again. Teach this world mercy again. Because words cut deep, so deep. And some people never recover. To everybody bullied online, you are not weak because you hurt. You are not crazy because you feel pain. And don't let these empty souls convince you your life got no value. The loudest bullies usually fighting demons they never healed from. That ain't an excuse, but it's the truth. And to the bullies, get help, seriously. This obsession with tearing strangers apart every day, that ain't normal. Enough is enough. We need love more than ever now. More than ever. Too many souls out here barely hanging on somehow. No more glorifying painful views. No more clowning her forever new. No more mob attacks for entertainment. That darkness got consequences too. Karma don't miss, karma don't miss. And healing's still possible too. So either spread love or watch life humble you. Enough is enough. Spread love before it's too late. Yeah, before it's too late. Funny thing about hate, the people that say they can't stand you know everything about you. Every live stream, every post, every move. That's not hate, that's obsession. Run it. Why you watching me if you don't like me? Why are you clocking me? Every upload, every stream, every word I speak. You know my whole life better than the folks that sit with me. Why you watching me? Talking crazy, but you boosting me. You call it hate, I call it free publicity. You in the comments every day promoting me. Why you watching me? You say I'm fake, but you never miss a show. Notifications on front row, screenshot queen. Got photos on your phone, studying my life while neglecting your own. Every week another rumor gets spun. Same five people talking under everyone, claiming that they win it, claiming that they won. But somehow I'm still the topic every month. Ain't that funny? You know my schedule, you know my guests, you know my circle, you know my steps. Know every sentence, know every laugh, know every live stream, from beginning to last. Girl, that's work. Should've sent the resume. Spent 10 years watching me and still ain't get paid. Meanwhile, I'm building while you sitting in rage, trying to stop my shine while giving me engagement. Why you watching me if you don't like me? Why are you clocking me? Every upload, every stream, every word I speak. You know my whole life better than the folks that sit with me. Why you watching me? Talking crazy, but you're boosting me. You call it hate, I call it free publicity. You in the comments every day promoting me. Why you watching me? Yeah, YouTube streets got detectives on patrol. Whole channel built around another woman's goals. Breaking down thumbnails, breaking down clothes, breaking down friendships, breaking down souls. Talking all day but accomplishing none. Living through drama like it's oxygen. Trying to recruit every bit of little frame, building fake armies that collapse in the end. See, I learned something. Misery needs company. Happy people don't spend years on a hunting spree. Successful folks ain't checking who I talk to. Successful folks too busy making boss moves. The math ain't mathing. Let's be factual. If I was irrelevant, why you so attached to me? If I was finished, why you still react to me? You built your platform off reacting to me. I don't fear criticism. Criticism helps people grow. But obsession, that's different. Imagine waking up every day to monitor somebody you claim you don't like. That's not power, that's a prison. And you built the cell yourself. Yeah. God got me walking and I know who I am. Can't no comment section cancel God's plan. People throw stones when they don't understand, but every attack on the strength is to stand. I pray for my enemies, wish them healing too, cause carrying that much anger got a cost to you. While you counting my blessings, I'm counting mine. While you studying my life, I'm improving mine. See the difference? One road builds, one road destroys. One creates peace, one just creates noise. And when the camera's off and the live stream ends, you still gotta face yourself, my friend. Why you watching me if you don't like me? Why are you clocking me? Every upload, every stream, every word I speak. You know my whole life better than the folks that sit with me. Why you watching me? Keep talking, keep posting, keep obsessing, keep proving my point. Some people spend their whole lives trying to become somebody. Others spend their whole lives watching somebody become somebody. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Choose wisely.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Golden, and we are back, y'all, with the part two from yesterday, like I promised. So I hope you guys will come and join us. Come on in, come on in. We're going to be continuing an excellent conversation between Nia Long and Angie Martinez, and also Queen Latifah and Angie Martinez. Yesterday we touched a little bit on some things that was going on around Whitney Houston's name and Oprah Winfrey and some commentary that she made. So we did finish that conversation up yesterday. So if y'all want to catch the part one, it's up on the channel. But today is part two, and we'll just be getting into some more of these interviews. But I hope you guys are having an excellent day. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it. We made it. It is about 11:31 a.m. here, so we getting started early. Eastern time, Carolinas, United States. Y'all know how it go. And yes, it is another warm day, y'all. Sun is shining really bright, so y'all know what that means. I'm in a terrific mood. And I got my favorite co-host Imani here with me. So we are going to get into this in just a bit. I'm gonna let Imani come on up. How you doing, girl? How's your day? Happy Friday. What's the weather like? Is it a little bit cooler there for you today, girl?
No, it's not cooler, but it's good weather. There's a bit of breeze today, so it's fine. It's what is it? It's 4:30. It's 4:30 in the afternoon here. Sun is shining, breeze is blowing, and it's Friday. So I'm happy, and I'm glad we're able to do an early one today. Apart from that, just been doing the regular stuff before the live, a bit of admin, a bit of other stuff, but I'm okay, and all is well.
That's good to hear. And that was funny. I said, "Is it any cooler?" She said, nope. But at least there's a breeze, and it's not too hot. But you gotta make sure you stay hydrated, keep something cool, girl. Popsicle, water ice, something like that. That's my favorite on a hot day. I'll stay away from the ice cream though, unless I'm inside. I can't eat ice cream when I'm outside and it's hot. I guess because it's dairy. I don't know. It just be making my stomach hurt. But anyway, before we go ahead and get into the live, girl, do we have any housekeeping to do today?
Yeah, I first of all, I just want to make opening statement for all the people that support us, and thank you for your support. I just want, and then I'll do a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'll hand over to you. And if you have anything to add, then add to it, and then we'll get on with the live. But first of all, I'd like to say, wherever you're joining us from around the world, thank you for choosing to spend part of your day with us. In a world that often rewards division, outrage, and conflict, we want this to be a space that values something different: truth, respect, hope, and meaningful conversation. Our mission has always been simple: to inform, to inspire, and to bring people together. We believe we can disagree without being disagreeable. We believe that compassion is not weakness, unity is not conformity, and peace is not the absence of problems, but the willingness to face them with wisdom and grace. So let's support one another instead of tearing each other down. Let's celebrate people doing well instead of resenting their success. Let's encourage those who are struggling let's encourage those who are struggling, extend kindness where it's needed, and remember that every person we meet is fighting a battle we may not know about. So, no matter what our background is, nationality, race, politics, or beliefs, we all share far more in common than social media often leads us to believe. We all want safety, opportunity, dignity, love, and a better future for our families and communities. So let's choose to build instead of destroy, encourage instead of discourage, and leave this space a little wiser, a little stronger, and a little more hopeful than when we arrived. As always, thank you for being part of this community. Let's have a great show and let's learn from one another and let's continue proving that peace, unity, and respect will always be stronger than hate, division, and negativity. Now, after that, I'm just going to make one statement about things we've been asked questions about. And this is my housekeeping for today. Um, I want to address some questions we've been receiving before we begin today's show. At this time, we're waiting the service of any legal papers relating to alleged defamation or any other civil claims, whether filed in North Carolina, as has been stated, or any other US state or any other country. We cannot respond to claims that have not been formally served through the appropriate legal process. If proceedings are commenced, they will be addressed through the proper court. Any response will be filed through the legal process, and where appropriate and legally justified, any available defenses or counterclaims will be considered. The courts decide cases based on evidence, applicable law, and properly presented facts, not speculation or opinion or social media commentary. Once any proceedings have been formally served and we've had the opportunity, and that's all of us have had the opportunity to respond, we will update our audience with as much information as we responsibly can, while respecting the court process and without jeopardizing any ongoing legal matters. Until then, we won't be litigating issues on social media. We won't be retracting any statements. We will allow the legal process to take its course. And on top of that, what I will say, when you aim high, you better be accurate, because confidence without preparation will always lead to failure. And that's all I've got to say on the legal matters. That's it for me.
All right, thank you so much for that, Imani. I think that really summed it up very well as far as everything, that's going on. And I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to Blueberry Street. What up, Blueberry? Thanks for coming in. Hey Star, thank you for joining. Mama's in the background. She's gonna pop in for a moment because she has a few things to say as well. You know, it is Friday, y'all. We made it to the end of the week. And hopefully we all are pretty healthy and happy, and that's really what it's all about, right? And we're here with each other. And so, like Imani said, thank you so much for your time, taking time out of your day to come and kick it with us. But yeah, we all know what's going on out there. These YouTube streets get pretty noisy. The drama is pretty heavy. And there's a lot of chaotic energy circulating in this digital space. But let's look at the bigger picture. It is Friday. We woke up today. We are alive. And for the most part, we are healthy. And we have breath in our lungs. Because of that alone, we are making a conscious decision to anchor this broadcast in positivity today. So I just wanted to drop a quick message of wisdom for anyone who may be watching. Whether you are a creator on this platform or navigating your own daily walk in life, waking up angry, staying bitter, and carrying malice around all day, every day, is just simply not healthy. It drains your spirit, it affects your physical well-being, and it blocks your blessings. Life is far too short and far too precious to spend it consumed by conflict. So today, Golden, Imani, and Mama Warrior are going to set our standard for this Friday. Despite the differences that exist on this platform, and despite the genuine disdain or disagreements people may have for one another, we're going to try and rise above it today. So from our hearts to yours, we're sending out pure love and light to everyone in this space. We don't have to agree and we don't have to align, but we do have to protect our peace. So let's shake off that heavy energy, leave the bitterness behind, and lock into some true wisdom. We're gonna go ahead and get into the content in just a minute, y'all. But Mama Warrior has a few things to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and let her come up. Mom, make sure you got the TV on mute before you unmute your mic, or else it'll be the echo, you know. But whenever you're ready, go ahead and unmute, and you can speak. Your mic is not on, Mom. We can't hear you. Hold on. Start over.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, well, hello everyone, and good morning or good afternoon to everyone. Welcome everyone here that's in the chat or those that may be listening. I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful day. And I'm going to piggyback on what Golden said. It is time for positivity. There is too much negativity, too much chaos. And I know we're going to, me, Imani, and Golden, we're going to take that positive route. We are done with the nonsense. And basically, all I can say to this is to let our legal battle or legal journey continue. And that's all I'm going to say about that for those that we seem to be having a chaotic entanglement with. And I'm just going to let that be it. But like Golden said, let's share as content creators. Let's support one another as content creators. Those that are very vying for mostly positive subjects and positive content. Yes, we can support one another, hold one another up, and make a united front. And that's what YouTube should be about. Support, encouraging, liking and sharing other CC's content. And just in case, for those that are in the chat, if you want to drop your channel, you are welcome to. Go ahead and drop your channel. I love you guys. I'm looking forward to enjoying this live. And y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama D.
Thank
Golden,
you,
is it
Mama.
okay
That
if
was
I give
beautiful.
some? Golden, is
Yeah,
it
go ahead,
okay if
babe.
I give some shout outs to the channels?
Yes, yes, please
Right.
do. Please do.
We got two people in the chat that have channels. Go and support Blueberry Street and Star. Go and support their channels. They have content and they're putting out their own content. And then I'm going to go forward with my normal list, which is Ralph DeWise. He does some spiritual stuff, some positivity. He talks about unity, peace, and he tries to help people to navigate through these crazy YouTube streets without internalizing the BS. We have Maggie. Maggie does her investigations. She has the OWL community over there. She's doing her stuff on YouTube. We have Kimmy Love. We have Cultivate with Kai. We have Unwind with Teddy. We have We the People. We have Good Utopia, Dropping the Tea. We have Trevor Green, of course. We also have Conscious TV. We have Mel's World that's out there doing her stuff. Like, once again, I love the thumbnails, Mel. We also have I forgotten anybody, Golden? No, I tell you what I have
Sorry, I was
forgotten.
getting some water.
No, I'm talking
It's
about
so
people
many.
with music. Music,
Yeah,
dropping the tea, Golden Queen
Goody.
music. Good Utopia. She's got some great music, uses some great samples as well. And also Mr. Nobody IRL, his channel. He's got some great technology that he uses for his lives. But go and support these guys and just sorry, what is Sammy's channel called? Just call me
Uh,
Sammy, I think it's
Nicole
called.
Miami. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the mid tier, mid what I call the mid tier, the smaller content creators, they get ignored. They don't get their flowers. It may not be everybody's taste. I'm just shouting out a few people. People are doing things in their own way. Go support them. Go subscribe. If you can afford a subscription, subscribe to their channels. Everybody needs support out there. I don't think I've forgotten anybody in this. And that's it. That's all.
And the Atlas family has great music as well. They inspired me
Oh,
to do
sorry.
music. Yeah,
Oh,
Atlas
how could
family
I
music.
forget? Atlas Family Music as well. They have a YouTube channel with Atlas Family Music. I'm sorry, I forgot. And I believe Goody's got her own channel, and Dropping the T's got her own channel, and of course, Golden Queen Music's got her own channel. Sorry about that.
We're doing some really good music, really great things with AI and graphics and artwork. Um, and this is one thing that I'll say as well, right? Yes, we have fallouts and bump heads and have sometimes disdain amongst each other, but I am not a hater. So, like, if I see somebody has potential and they are actually doing some decent, content and artwork and stuff like that, I don't have any problem with giving people their props and shouting them out. I know that things is just really raggedy right now and like terrible between us, and I wish that all can stop, but again, child, one day at a time. But I will actually say, there's issues we know when it comes to like V Goddess or whatever. I think we've moved past most of it for the most part. But to be honest, when it comes to her doing artwork and like graphics and stuff like that, she actually does have talent, and does make some really great artwork. So I'm just gonna be honest and speak from my heart how I feel. I know that there's riffraff between all of us and stuff like that. But when it comes to if someone has the talent and they really are, creative, then I just feel as though it should be acknowledged. And so I acknowledge that. But yeah, and then as far as like some of the bigger content creators as well that are really great is, Campire, we like Make It Make Sense, Reese Waters, Roland Martin, Joy Reid, all of the channels that we watch, whether it's politics, history, comedy, or just celebrity tea, gossip, and stuff like that. There's a lot of great channels and content creators out here, and a lot of people that have really great potential. And we all be able to tap into our potential and be as great as we can if sometimes we're able to just move past all the fuss and the fighting and carrying on stuff like that. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Did you have a few more things you want to say, Monty, before we get into the first topic for today?
No, I agree with you about Vampy's artwork. She's very good. She's very talented. I concur with you. Doesn't matter whether I disagree with some of her narratives and some of her the things she says, but she is very good at artwork and graphics. That's it. That's all for me. So shall we get to the content? It's you. Over to you.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in, y'all. So yesterday when we did our part one, we did get a little bit of conversation in about 26 minutes or so of a great interview with Nia Long over on Angie Martinez platform, which is also a excellent podcast and platform. If y'all have not checked it out, please do so. And so we'll share a little bit more of that conversation here today. And in our normal fashion, we'll watch it together with y'all and then do some commentary in between. But Nia Long had a very powerful and important message that she was speaking about on the platform. And so we're going to get into a little bit more of that, y'all. And please forgive me. I got to get my Premiere back. So some ads and stuff may pop up. I'm going to try my best to skip them as quickly as possible. But y'all, I cannot stand an ad. I got to get the Premiere back. But anyway, so basically what Nia Long was talking about when it comes to her portion of the interview, she is a beautiful woman. And she talks about, loving yourself beyond beauty and not allowing beauty or looks to define who you are. Stop relying on pretty and start knowing your worth. So they have an intimate kitchen table style conversation, her and Angie Martinez. And she opens up about navigating over 3 decades in the film industry. The absolute core takeaway of her interview is a powerful masterclass directed at women. Outer beauty is a fleeting currency. Nia dropped major gems on why women must stop letting society value them solely for looking a certain type of way or being pretty, and instead build an unshakable internal foundation of knowledge, boundaries, and self-worth. She also emphasized that she makes zero apologies for knowing what she is and who she is, and owning her own experience and standing firm in her truth without shrinking to make others comfortable. So I think that this is going to be an excellent conversation. The second part of this, y'all, we're going to just do it in probably 3 parts because it's small. So we'll play the second part today. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to pop this up on the screen right here, y'all. Give me just a moment. And then we'll listen to it together and do our commentary in between. Oh, wait a second. You said no audio. Okay, hold on. Let me get it up there because I ain't got it up there yet. So give me 1 second, then I'm going to see if the audio comes up.
No, the audio's fine. The audio's fine.
Okay. Okay, let me pop this up. All right. All righty. Let me go up here and scroll through so we can take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Let me make sure I got all the settings right, y'all. Okay, boom. There we go. All right, here it is. Let's get into it together, y'all, and we will meet y'all in the chat. Per usual. All right, here we go.
Sometimes women who know what they want and are, I don't know, sometimes, I don't know, like we don't see our own shortcomings as clearly because we're so focused on what we, or because I read something in in the packet about Lawrence Fishburne would critique you in the first movie. Is that true? Or he gave you some critique that made you better.
Yeah, he
gave
did.
you a note. And I thought, I wonder how she deals with somebody pointing out something she could do better.
I love it.
You do? Okay.
I really, especially if I respect the person.
I know I just went to a whole round of the place, but there's something about that.
There's something about that shows up in every area of your life.
Exactly.
It's the ability to take creative criticism. It's also the ability to know that if I respect this person and he was also, at the time, I was an ingenue, and he was a big star. Right. So I'm going to take heed to what I don't want to say elders, but what the generation of greats came before me, what they have to say.
And you knew that even in that time.
Yeah, because I was struggling in the scene. Because remember, the reaction in the scene is when
this is Boys in the Hood. You're 20?
Almost 20.
Oh, not even 19?
Something in there.
Oh, wow.
And Ricky gets shot, but that's not happening in real time. It's a steady cam shot of me running across the yard. Ricky just got shot. The shot goes to Lawrence Fishburne, then to Cuba, and then it goes across the street and you see what has happened. So I am the messenger of the bad news. So I had to come in hot, and I had never done that before. So the first time I came in hot, but I wasn't hot enough. And Lawrence Fishburne took me to the side and he said, I want you to think about what you're doing right now and what just happened. Now go do it again and be hysterical. And I was like, okay. And I was afraid because I'm young, not afraid of him because he was lovely to me, but just wanted to get it right. And it was good and it worked.
What did you do? How do you get there?
I didn't have time to think about it. It was like, just go. And what it was is I didn't allow myself to feel self-conscious. And I think that's like big when you're a young actor. It's like, you just don't feel self-conscious. Just be in that moment. Just do what needs to be done.
Yeah. Don't worry about how you look.
Don't worry about how you look.
Or how somebody's receiving what you're doing. That's
as long as my light is right and the camera's in the right place.
Not your light.
In a minute, I'm going to start bringing my own lights to set.
We try to have good lights here.
You do have good lights. They're good. They're the type of lights that you can like do good stuff in post.
Right?
If you need to.
If you need to.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm a film baby. So I went from like lights being an actor, like almost like another character on set to a digital world. Which is which is very different.
Tricky, yeah.
Because the key for me, I think my superpower is when my eyes are lit. Because then I don't have to say much.
Do you
absolutely ask for it?
You do ask for it. So you have like a seasoned director or somebody on set and you're like, hi, I need these babies right here. And you ask for that. Your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about the Nia Long eyes?
I don't know.
girl?
Tell me, look at them.
I don't know. They're pretty good. They're like, what are these? Chestnut?
No. They're chestnut brown. Almond shape. No.
They've served you, boo.
I think it's like the eyes are, the windows to the soul.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cliche to say that, but I think it's true.
Mm-hmm.
What I see is what I've seen in my life can be seen in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're expressing a story, you're expressing them through what you've seen and what you're looking at. But there's a part of your past that always shows up. So it could be pain, it could be joy, it could be love, it could be hate, it could be, there's light and dark there.
Mm-hmm. In the eyes.
In the eyes.
It's all in the eyes, Chico.
Yeah. And have you ever looked at someone and seen nothing in their eyes? They're just like nothing there.
Oh,
those people scare me.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever. Oh, I have.
They're like,
it's not often.
They're like almost
yes.
like.
I wonder if we're talking about the same person. I'll tell you later.
Cut the cameras.
There's a person whose eyes look like that to me. That we know that I've been around many times. That's actually two people I've been around. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it is scary. And I always wonder, am I reading into that too much? Or is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it lack of sleep? Or why does it always look like that? Or is there something in the soul that's off?
It's probably all that.
Yeah,
all of those things. It takes time to get there. To have nothing in your eyes.
What do you think that is?
Probably a certain amount of just not willing to connect to anything. You're like robotic.
Mm. You're dead inside.
You're dead.
Sorry, that sounded very harsh.
But that's the same. I think we're saying the same thing.
You're dead to me.
That's such a good show. I love that show.
Oh, that is a good show. What are you watching? What are you doing for fun these days? Like, what are your things?
I just started watching.
Besides getting hummus on Sundays.
I just started watching the JFK Jr. The Love Story. What's the name of it?
So good.
What's the name of the show?
A Love Story?
A Love Story. Yeah, I just started watching A Love Story. I love it. I loved it.
It was so well done. I didn't expect to love it as that much.
I know.
I thought, this will be cute. I'll watch it. It's fine.
Exactly. No, but
it was like,
good.
Wait a minute.
And you know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of the 90s when I was walking down Fifth Avenue and he jogged right past me. JFK Jr. Jogged right past. I can't even get my words out. We locked eyes and I said, that is a fine ass. And I was so young.
Did you know who he was?
And I didn't until like later.
And you were like, oh my God.
But I had a moment with him. Like we had a moment.
Did he know it was you?
I don't think he knew it was me. I think it was.
And you didn't know it was him? This is like a rom-com.
I think it was just like, ooh, you're cute.
That's like a movie scene. Wow.
And we had like, I was like, get it.
People say that. I don't know.
He had a charisma about him that like you cannot, well, you could see it in the film.
Yeah.
You can't even explain it. It was just like, I was literally, and I will never forget this. I was literally walking and he was coming this way and I felt this energy and I was like, and we went, and then he was gone. And then I was like, I got to go to work. Yeah.
Why was he already with the girl?
I don't think so.
In retrospect now?
No, I think he was, I could have had
he
a chance. He
could have been your soulmate. You missed
it. Could have, but then I wouldn't be here right now.
Well,
which
then
is
that would
really
be bad.
sad. That would be bad.
Terrible.
God bless
like
him. God bless them.
God
it was
bless.
A sad story.
Yeah. Are you like that, like a romantic in that way, where I saw him on the train and the doors closed and that could have been him? I feel like you have that in you a little bit.
I think new love and newness inspires like a visceral reaction in your body. I believe in that. I believe
Still? Does that change?
No, but now it just doesn't last as long. When I start seeing red flags, I'm like, oop, let me turn this channel. Time to turn the channel.
Is that what you call it?
Turn the channel. New show, new channel, new network.
But are you still open to that? Like, I don't know. Are you still open to like the grand kind of love? And
Yes. Why wouldn't I
do you
be?
still expect it? Like, do you look for it?
I am more concerned about being that so that I attract it than I am looking for it. You can't want something if you're not at your best. So it's like a lot of self-work.
What does that look like though? The thing
For me,
the thing you deserve. What does that look like?
Oh gosh.
Come on, Nia.
Well,
you have
first
to.
of
All right, y'all. So we at the 10-minute mark. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick commentary break from what we've seen so far. But wow, that was really cool. I'm gonna let you go first, Imani, but I didn't know that she had a little crushy crush on JFK child. I said, okay now. But what did you think about this segment, Imani? What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on some of what they said so far? And then we're gonna get into one of my favorite parts where she's about to talk about, the self-love and all of that.
Let me see. She started out talking about Lawrence Fishburne coaching her through the filming of Boys in the Hood. And do you know, I completely forgot because she was so young in there. I forgot that it was her in Boys in the Hood. And he taught her not to be self-conscious as a young actor. And she also talks about lighting and the expression from your eyes. So there was a lot of discussion about that and her experience working with one of the greats, Lawrence Fishburne. And also she talked about there was something she said about the American Love Story about JFK Jr. I haven't seen that. Have you?
I have not seen that movie. No. I'm gonna check it
No.
out now though.
Yeah, I want to see that, but I wanted to tell you just a little tidbit. JFK and Jackie Onassis spent their honeymoon in Jamaica, and they stayed, and you can look this up actually, they stayed at a place called Round Hill, which is hotels and villas. And it's a place I've stayed in. It's really a really beautiful place in
That's where you
Jamaica.
told me to visit. I remember you said the Round Hill Villas.
Yeah,
Yeah, you told me to
yeah.
visit.
Because I mean, sometimes when we go, we actually do, as well as staying at the house, we do sometimes just go to different hotels around the island. And I've stayed there, and it really, honestly, it really is a beautiful, beautiful resort. So that's why I was thinking I must watch that because I wonder if they've included that. And that resort is also in, the place where you see when Stella got her groove back, where you see the place that she's staying in with the guy when she
Right.
goes on holiday. That was
Yeah, with
filmed.
Winston. That's where it
Yeah,
is.
that
Oh, it's
was
pretty.
filmed. Yeah, that's that place. That is the same resort. Beautiful resort. And she talks about watching this television program. Is it on TV? Yeah, TV, and remaining hopeful about finding love and choosing self improvement instead of chasing relationships. And I think this is something men and women can agree with. A lot of us don't choose self improvement first. We just chase relationships, and when we go to these relationships, we get back what we've been running away from a lot of the time. So she's really talking about authenticity, um, you know, honesty, strengthening families, humility, strengthening your career, and accepting criticism allows growth. And like I said, she really was talking about her acting lessons from Lawrence Fishburne and explaining why her emotions come through her eyes. And like she said lasting love begins with becoming the person you hope to attract rather than searching desperately for someone else. So I thought it was really, really good, this part before she gets onto the self-love. I don't know if I you know, that's what I got from that section. What do you think?
Basically all of those stood out to me as well. And one of the things that she talked about is like when it comes to the eyes, you know, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And I really do believe that, right? Because you know, they had a brief moment where they were talking about someone who has some kind of questionable eyes. It's just like, you know, when you see their eyes, you can tell that there's either some pain there, some struggle, something that could be off. And a lot of time when you look in people's eyes, they communicate with you first before they even open up their mouth to speak. And Nia Long does have some really beautiful eyes, but I think one of the things that I love about her eyes is it's very mysterious. Like no matter how you look at her eyes, you cannot be sure what emotion she's feeling at the time, whether it's sad, happiness, seductiveness, you know, etc. And I'm an eye person, so I always will give people compliments on their eyes. You know, it's the first thing that I look at because I feel like there's genuinity when you look into someone's eyes. You can see them looking back at you, and you almost sometimes can feel, you know, the energy or the emotions coming sometimes through the eyes. So I don't know. If you're an eye person, you get it. But yeah, I love looking at people's eyes. I think people have really beautiful eyes, all different colors. You know what I mean? But it's just something about the gaze. Like you get an energy off of it and the communication from the eyes. So I like that. And then, like she said, as far as relationships, yes, you have to be what it is you're trying to attract. And so that is true. A lot of people chase relationships first before doing self work and getting themselves all the way together. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, relationships are probably not going to have the most success because you haven't gotten yourself together. And that person also equally might have not done so. And so, you know, it could be trauma bonding, two broken people, you know, that are trying to mash themselves together and make the pieces fit. But I feel like when you are healthy and whole and happy, or have joy, you know, just everlasting joy in your life, when you walk out in the world, that radiates off of you, and you'll attract others that also are like that. And I think you'll have better chances of, you know, attracting a more healthier relationship, happy relationship. So yeah, I thought that was pretty deep to talk about that. Do you have any additional thoughts and feelings before we play the rest of it?
No, only that I'm gonna definitely look for that JFK A Love Story and see what that's about, and maybe we can have a talk about it next time we come live if I manage to see it before we come back.
Yeah, we should do some movie reviews. That'll be fun too. And I think on 1-800-BRICKS that he said it might have a different name, but I believe if we just put in the, you know, JFK's name or whatnot, and just put in a love story, it'll pop up. Even if it's a different title, it should come up if we just Google it. So I'll look into it while we play the next portion of the video, and I'll get the exact title for all of us for the movie. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of it, y'all. We'll meet y'all in the chat.
First, if you know it, then it will say it. It will manifest.
I know, but it's personal. I don't want
okay,
everyone knowing what I want, but I'll give you a couple things.
Oh, because that also might come and try to trick you.
Listen, after the thing that was a soundbite about dating younger, now I'm like,
God, that's right.
Y'all got denim? Hold on the website.
and I was like, this is why you can never do a soundbite that doesn't actually show the full conversation. See, in the 90s, we didn't have that.
I know.
You had to see the whole. It wasn't bad, though, because here's the reality. I think women should date whoever they want to date.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that age matters. I mean, within reason.
Yes.
But I also know myself. And the reality is I'm not just dating younger. Like if I met someone who was interesting and mature and they happen to be younger, then fine.
Right. But it doesn't, you're not like out looking for a young man.
No.
They did
not. That would make me a cougar.
Try to paint you as a cougar. I forgot about that for a second.
As a cougar.
So what happens to your DMs after they do that?
Girl, my phone right now, if I opened my DMs, you would die.
Can we do that? That would be so much fun. I personally want to see something. Oh my God.
Where are my glasses, though? I can't do it.
We need readers.
My glasses, can you that may be in my purse.
I need a sip of wine for this. I feel I need to prepare myself.
I'm not going to say names, but we'll just say like, here's one. Lala was the one who taught me how to read my DMs. I didn't know.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't even know if they were. Like now I do. But like at first I was like, DMs, what's that?
And she's like, bitch, there's a whole sea of shit in here.
I'm like, oh my God, I've been missing.
Of course Lala was the one to show you. I don't know why. I feel like her DMs. Actually, we did that on the radio one time. We went through her DMs.
I love her.
Because her DMs are popping.
She's like, girl. We were doing Dear White People.
I feel like
on the set of Dear White People, she taught me.
I need my DMs to be a little popping. Do I not give my DMs should be popping vibes? Is it because I don't post thirst traps? Or is it because
you need to like
what is it? Is it age? Is it like
no, we just have to post. That's all. And really just throw the bait out there.
They say be careful what you ask for. I don't really want that. I was just joking. But I do be thinking like, well, I don't get none. I should be like, really inspired by your work. I want a career in media. I was wondering.
Most of them have been telling me like I'll sign the NDA.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, okay. They're like, yo, where's the NDA? I'm ready to sign.
Did they start with a yo?
Oh yeah, I have some ratchet folks in here. Can men be ratchet?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I definitely have some ratchet dudes.
So first of all, they're shooting their shot and they're opening up with a yo.
And I'm like, that you don't even get to see the paperwork with that.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, we gonna find one.
Are any of these guys like public figure men?
Yes. There's a couple that have the blue check.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever reply?
Depends on my mood.
Like for shits and giggles. You know
depends how bored I am. God, why are all now all of them are Oh, really?
Brittany will show you, like Lala showed you. She'll show you how to search.
This one says, I call all cap, but put me on the list of sneaky links. You're welcome.
Oh.
Not you're welcome.
Ew, did you block him?
And not I call cap. You don't know.
You want to know.
Oh, here's a guy. I'm just a normal, everyday. Hold on, let me start over.
Okay.
I'm just a normal, everyday, young Black man. And then he has in quotes, just a little bit. I guess that means a little bit young. Okay. That sees you and wonders if I ever had a chance to meet you and simply say hello in person. I'm sure you get this all the time. So I apologize if I'm wasting. Okay, he's too polite. Too polite?
Too polite. Yes, we had too ratchet.
Well, because
now it's too polite.
That's not really. Just get to the point.
All right, but be honest, Nia.
Yeah.
Are any of them good?
In here?
Yeah.
I've had a couple good ones.
Really?
But then I've watched their lives play out in other areas and I'm like, thank God I didn't go there.
You go to the page and you investigate.
No, I mean, I've seen in public what they end up doing.
Oh, you mean public people who have DM'd you?
Yes. And I'm like, oh, you're kind of a hot mess. I could have been in that story right now.
Oh.
You know?
Yes. So you didn't take the bait.
I didn't take the bait. I took the flowers, but not the bait. I like flowers.
Oh God!
I mean, there's just not.
So many
there's
flowers.
just not. Let's see.
This is a good time. I could do this all day.
Me too. Yeah, no, it's just not. I mean, I wish it was hot.
So, if he's not in the DMs and he's not involved in any type of baller situation, he's not that. Where does he live? What like? How do you even? I don't know. I ask you this not just for you, but like for the many women that I know that are
like, who do you date?
Yeah, like how do you date? How? Where do they come from?
I don't want to date. I'm so happy right now.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
I don't even know how to date.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I've just been in a relationship for a really long time. So dating is like, okay, what do we do? Okay, so we're going to dinner. We're going to talk.
Yeah.
And you're going to show up as your representative and I'm going to show up as me. I think it's hard to date when you're us.
Do you show up as you on date one?
Yeah, I don't know how else to be.
Uh-huh.
Do you not?
I don't know. I haven't dated in like 15 years, and I am, I'm trying to figure out
the next thing.
Yes. I don't know what that looks like for me.
But can I tell you something? You're going to go through this thing where you're going to be like, oh, I want to date. I'm going to get hot and date, and I'm going to get out there. I mean, I don't know.
That's what Chelsea Handler told me, and I thought, I don't see it. And that was a couple months ago. It hasn't happened.
White women are different.
Okay. Okay.
No, I respect them so much.
Yes.
Like they can get up and change the channel. Bye.
Mm-hmm. New channel.
Sisters are a little, not all, you can't generalize, but I would say that in my experience, my very dear Caucasian white girlfriends are a lot more like
next. Yeah.
And I'm just emotional.
Yeah. Takes time.
It takes time.
Me too. And also, like, it takes time to remember how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Are you still, because you're like a couple of years out now. You still haven't figured that out?
I've been working a lot. Okay. I mean, when you think about it, I've been working nonstop since
That's true.
MJ, right? Yeah. Like since shooting that.
So good, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
Yeah, I don't know that I've had that much time to figure it out. I'm focused on my kids. I know I don't want to bring someone new in to my son's life at this age.
Yeah.
I think it's tough.
I'm all over the place, but how fun to be able to play the mother of Michael Jackson.
I know. It was wild.
Could you imagine? And I'm sure you've had to imagine because you played her. So I'm sure you've gone through all that work in your head of like, but I was thinking, could you imagine being Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson and the Jacksons 5's mother?
Wild. But she's a source. She's a pillar.
Uh-huh. Did you spend a lot of time with her, right?
So I didn't meet her
at all
until after. I met her at the premiere.
Oh my God.
And so the whole time we were shooting, I'd been wanting to meet her, but it was one of those things that she's Catherine Jackson. They don't just get in a car and drive and say like, hey, it's not that. Right. So and she's older, she's just turned, I think 90.
Wow.
I want to say,
so even who she was when you played her, she's not that. She's different now. I mean, she's a different
woman.
Yeah.
But when you meet her, she's like very quiet, very sweet, very soft. Mm-hmm. Kept her eyes on the littles, like the babies. I watched her watch the babies, and that was beautiful.
Mm.
And I just kneeled next to her and I said, I've been waiting for this moment to meet you. And I said, have you ever thought about the fact that none of this would be happening without you?
Mm.
It makes me want to cry.
Mm.
And she just kind of looked at me and she started to cry. And she held my hand and I held her hand, and it was just, she's the beginning of an empire.
Mm.
Think about that's hardcore. She gave birth to all those children.
Mm-hmm.
And she protected them and she sacrificed. And she's a grandmother of, I'm sure she's probably got I don't know exactly how many grandchildren there are, but she is Queen Mother.
Yes.
When I think about.
Why does that make you emotional? What do you think?
Because I know the weight she had to carry to be a place of refuge and safety for her family.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that she also had to probably internalize so many things that she couldn't speak up about or chose not to speak up about.
Mm-hmm. No, I could only imagine.
Because she had the mother wit, the grace to know that you don't have to speak on all things.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are better left unsaid. And I think that's her holding her, that's that divine feminine power that we all have that you have to protect.
Mm-hmm. That must have been great. Did you ask her how you did? You had to ask her.
I didn't ask her that because I was like, what if she says no?
Oh God, that would be terrible.
That would be horrible.
Like, I didn't recognize that woman at all.
I didn't even get her out of here. No, I didn't ask her because I know that she was happy. And all the sons were happy.
How you feel?
And I could feel that she was happy. And, you know, you do these performances to tell a story. And, you know, it changes from moment to moment. Like my interpretation of it is not going to be the same as when Angela Bassett did her interpretation, which was amazing. Two different things, two different projects, two different movies. And so I didn't want to get caught up in trying to be Katherine Jackson. I wanted people to feel what she represents.
Yes, I get that.
Right. And that's the baseline of the family.
Yeah.
That's the
All right, y'all. So we'll stop it right there to take a quick commentary break. And so, you know, on this part of the interview, one of my favorite parts of what they're discussing is Nia Long playing her role as Katherine Jackson in the new, you know, Michael Jackson movie. She did an excellent job in that. And, you know, just saying, like, when she met her and knowing, you know, like, as a mother, as a woman, like, any legacy really begins with you, because that is how everyone gets here, through the vessel of a woman. And it's such a powerful thing. And just to think how all of, you know, her children, their family name, their legacy, it all began with her meeting a man that she loved and, you know, starting to have babies. And then those babies, with the help of the father, you know, were coached and taught how to become great performers. And, you know, some went on to do more legendary things than the others. They, you know, took their own path and journey outside of the music industry as they got older. But she is responsible for a Michael Jackson and a Janet Jackson. Of course, with Joe as well, it does take two, but how powerful that is. So that's what stood out to me. What are some things that stood out to you in this segment, Imani, your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on what they've talked about right here?
Yeah, same as you. The stuff she said about playing Katherine Jackson and meeting her after filming and talking about um, mothers who helped to build extraordinary families. She also talks about, you know, there's jokes about social media and celebrity DMs and discussions about how difficult dating has become. One thing that she said was there are a lot of sound bites that often misrepresent the conversations that you're actually having. And, you know, she talks about trying to date, of course, but also choosing not to respond to unhealthy people, which I think was key. You know, she's really talking about, um, you know, the most emotional part of that, as I said, was watch her reflection on playing Katherine Jackson and recognizing her quiet strength, her sacrifice, and her resilience. Um, that was required to raise one of the most influential families in entertainment history. I mean, you know, and she was quiet, rarely has made a, I think I've heard her speak once in public. Um, but I haven't heard her speak that much. But she quietly stayed there, supporting the family, supporting her husband, and yeah, I thought that was a great part. I thought the stuff about dating was funny, and I think it is key that we don't have to respond to everything, and especially unhealthy messages and narratives that people want to spin. But yeah, it's a great section.
I agree, right? And yeah, I'm glad you brought that up as far as, like, you know, dating and relationships. It is very hard in this, you know, current day for people to date. And I'm just like, I'm wondering if it has a lot to do with technology. I think there's a lot of, like, competition and pressure because of social media. And, you know, people are desensitized to what, like, reality is sometimes, I think. when it comes to like even looks, right? And expectations when it comes to, someone's financial status and all of those things, right? Because a lot of people live vicariously through celebrity relationships these days because we know so much more about them these days than we used to, right? It used to be a mystery there, but now everything is just on, Front Street. You see about all of these people's lives and they have couple goals and all of those things like that. And so I think that really sets the bar too high when people are dating, because I think they have an idea in their mind that they want to have a relationship or be with someone that emulates what they see all day, every day on the TV, right? Like the celebrity couples and stuff like that. They want to, have that lifestyle, live that life, but not understand that you have to live and date within your reality. And that's not for anyone to feel as though they're not worthy of that, but you have to be realistic. You know what I mean? Like if you're not in an area where there are athletes and rappers and singers or Hollywood actors and stuff like that, the people around you are going to be, pretty much just normal, regular, everyday people like yourself. And, that can be your dating pool. And then we see people that like almost try to break their neck to leave where their dating pool is and capture like that idea of what they want, like a celebrity or a rapper or an actor or an actress. And they look over all of these great options of people that's just literally right next door to them or right in their own community, And this is going to be real funny, but, contrary to popular YouTube opinion, right? I am very much not a pick me at all. I am very choosy. And I think that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with having and setting boundaries for yourself and having, your standards, not anybody else's, but your own standards, and being proud of those standards and whatever it is that attracts you to someone, whatever it is that draws you to someone. It could be their eyes, it could be their personality, it could be their energy, their spirit, their spirituality, it could be their conversation, it could be their looks, but whatever it is that does it for you, I think that more people need to honestly respect that when it comes to like dating and relationships, and not like date off of societal expectations. Because that's where I think a lot of people go wrong and they're hitting duds. You know what I mean? Because they're not being true in what it is that they really like and they really want. And then you do have, excuse me, some that, are, I think, reaching for the stars and literally reaching for the stars. And, when you're chasing a certain thing and overlooking things that are actually or could be possibly more important, but who can tell anybody what's important to them? Some people say money and lifestyle is important to them. Some people want genuine connection and, energy and spirit. So to each his own, but I just think everybody should be true in what it is they actually really want, and what really does it for them, instead of trying to, fit into societal norms now or trends. What do you think about that, Imani?
No, I think you're right. And what you mean that you're not a pick me bitch, Golden? You're not a doormat? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I thought that's what you were. I thought that was your
Not
true
on sure.
title. My God. Anyway, no, I think you have to, like I said, we have to look at what we want, not what other people tell us or the societal norms. And as long as someone is not harming you physically, mentally, and as long as you're not attracting what your own traumas are, I think, there's many ways to have a healthy relationship, and everybody's boundaries are different. We are different in lots of ways, as we are the same. The other thing I would say that she talked about was it's really difficult, if blending families and introducing new partners to your kids. That is something that she makes a big, talking point, that she doesn't want to just introduce anybody into her younger son's life, who still lives with her and who's young enough, and impressionable enough. So she's very careful about who she introduces to her kids. But apart from that, I was just going to say, just on a little bit of housekeeping, we need to lock the doors. We're going to pass the plate. We do this because we love to bring you the content, but there is a cost to it. There's the StreamYard cost. There's the costs of YouTube Premium. So any dollars, any pennies that you can contribute, will be willingly grateful, as well as just your likes, shares, and subscriptions to the channel. If you don't have it, we understand. A lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, but there is a Cash App and there is a PayPal account. If you can contribute anything small, we'll be really grateful. That's it. That's it that I've got for this section.
Okay, and thank you for that, Iman. Yeah, we're not selling anything over here. We don't have any organization or group. It's just literally a love offering. It pours back into the platform and the content. A lot of these softwares and stuff, to create some of these things, child, they getting pricey these days. But if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's not a requirement. But let's go ahead and play some more of the video, and then we'll be back for our last commentary break when it comes to this conversation. And then we'll do a song break, and then we'll hop into some of the conversation with Queen Latifah and Angie Martinez. So let's get back into it, and we'll meet y'all in the chat.
Drink. And you got to understand, like, we shot a lot of other scenes that didn't make it into the movie because of the, the legal shakeups that happened towards the end. So it was tricky. Yeah.
What is that like for you to be, because I was looking at the body of work, for all of the movies, you're always like the young little hottie in the movie.
I hate it.
You hate the hottie roles?
Well, because it's not, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I actually love it. I love that I get to do that. But I think,
Friday.
Yeah.
Like the way it's I don't know, it's endearing. It's not overly sexualized.
No, it's
gross.
not.
It's like you've been put on this like ideal girl kind of pedestal.
That's the part. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because as much as I appreciate it, I'm not that girl anymore. I'm like, we change as women. And I don't want to have to live up to that. Whatever that is now.
Yeah. What is it to you? Like, because you do take your skin regimen, your beauty, how you look, how you present, like you just did Playboy, like Skims.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
Yeah. So where do you put that? The idea of how people see you versus how you see
myself.
yourself.
I think as long as I'm taking care of myself and it's about my personal growth and my choice,
then it's okay.
Then it's okay.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to be younger or trying to be hot or trying to be the 90s hot girl. Like, I'm not.
You're not the 90s hot girl. You still are in there somewhere.
No, she's in me.
Okay.
She's never going away. But I don't need to walk out the door with an agenda. I just need to walk out the door as me. And some days I'm 90s hot girl Nia, and some days I'm mama Nia, and some days I'm carpool Nia, and some days I'm hot mess Nia, and some days I'm red carpet Nia, and other days
you're going to the set to play the matriarch.
Right. And I've gained, 40 pounds because I'm in menopause and I'm a grown ass woman. Like I'm all of those women are a part of who I am. And so I don't want to be beholden to one version of myself.
But is that tricky? Did you have to go into that? Were there growing pains in there?
This cookie dough parfait is my new favorite high protein.
I think there's a moment that every woman walks into the bathroom and looks in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm getting older.
Mm.
And it's okay.
Did you take it? That's okay.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm still fine. I still feel pretty for me.
Yeah.
You know, I still feel good about myself and I'm taking care of myself so that I can preserve that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see the things that are changing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. Like to be able to have more life, to be able to change, to be able to know that like one day I'm going to be a grandma and one day I'm going to have all of, it's nice. You got to settle into it. Either you're going to fight it or settle into it.
Yeah. I think I think the world sets us up to always want to fight it. And it is a tough thing. I struggle too. Sometimes I'm okay with it. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't like this. I don't feel like that inside. So I shouldn't look like that on the outside. Or sometimes, I don't know.
That's the self-talk, right? Like that's the thing that we have to get under control. And I think as our hormones change and our bodies change, it comes with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with exhaustion. It comes with imbalance of our hormones. All these things are real.
Yeah.
They're not like people just talking about them. It happens.
Yeah.
And so you just have to have, not you, but anyone.
Yeah.
Me, myself, as long as I feel myself going down the rabbit hole and I pause and recalibrate, I'm good.
So you do have the feelings.
Yeah,
you
of course.
Just pause and recalibrate.
I pause and go, today I was getting dressed. And I go, God, I need to be in the gym. And I go, but you know what? I don't want to right now. I don't want to.
Good for you.
I don't want to. I'm actually at the weight that I like to be at. But I walked into the mirror in my bra and panties and I was like, I need to go to the gym. Because it's important to lift weights at this age, at this stage.
But was that the reason? No. Because if you walk past the mirror in your bra and panties, you weren't like, it's important to lift weights.
No, that was the reason. I was like,
you were like, this used to look like this and now it looks like
no,
this.
I was like, I've got good legs, but don't start taking them for granted by not working out. Go work out so they can stay nice.
Yeah. I want to go back to It Girl and that theory about you being on this pedestal, right? I just wonder, as a young girl, that could be tricky. Like them putting you on this like pretty girl pedestal. I just wonder if like ego had set in, or I don't know. What does that do to a young girl when everybody's like, you're so pretty. You're that girl.
I didn't really have people coming up to me saying, you're so pretty.
And there was no social media.
And I was working. I was a worker. I started in soaps. I moved here when I was 21, 22 years old. Younger than that, actually, because I graduated high school and moved straight to New York. I was on soaps. That was morning to night. That job was hard. And I think, I was telling someone the other day, the moment that I realized I was famous. And it was trippy. I was with Marvette Brito.
Oh, yes. Publicist.
Yeah. We were at a Roy Jones Jr. fight at Madison Square Garden.
I feel like I might have been at that same fight.
You were probably there. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
It was Spike Lee, Mike Tyson, every supermodel from the 90s. And when I walked in, I was like, oh my God, like it was packed. And someone on the loudspeaker said, Nia Long just walked in, and the whole building started screaming. And I got nervous.
Like, what's happening?
I was like, are they doing that for me? And then Marvette just looked at me and smiled and she's like, come on. But that was my first, and I'm not saying this to try to be super humble girl. I really wasn't focused on that. I was in survival mode. I was born in Brooklyn. I was living in South Central LA. My mother was a single mom. I was like, how can we get up out of this ghetto? How can we survive?
But also you have a gift that you're probably chasing.
And I was chasing my own gift, right? But I knew that if I achieved my goals, it would make everything better. But so I didn't have this.
Yeah.
You know how much I love him.
I know. I love that.
I didn't have this, oh, I'm the hot girl attitude at all. I didn't.
Not like the models in the room probably had that whole.
No, I didn't understand that. I was like, why are they so uptight?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? I didn't have that. I was aware of my surroundings. I was aware of
you were aware that you were getting casted, and
I was aware of how people were responding. But I wasn't walking into a room with a chip on my shoulder or thinking I was the prettiest girl in the room or feeling like I needed to be the number one person in the room. And I still don't have that. Like,
really?
No, not at all.
You don't.
I'm a little like silly and like people that know me know. Like,
yeah. You don't take yourself that serious.
No.
It's funny because sometimes we work with people or hire people, and me and Britt always talk about this. And it's kind of like, I don't know, I have like a pretty girl syndrome thing that sometimes I see. I don't want to call it that because that's too, but like, there's a thing that, especially if I'm hiring somebody or if I'm working with somebody, sometimes in a pretty girl, I could see less effort. And I don't want to paint that on everybody. There's plenty of pretty girls who work hard or whatever. But sometimes I'm like, oh, too many people told her she's pretty. Or too many people gave her a praise for something that wasn't that great. And I can see the difference when people are affected by being pretty, when they let it seep into their work ethic, or they took it too serious, or
they're believing the hype and not doing the work.
The hype, bitch. Do better. Like, come on.
But do you feel like that's something that has to do with this?
It drives me crazy because I want to go, come on, you're pretty. Of course you are. But like, that's not enough. Like,
never enough.
Come on, man. It bothers me because I feel almost they're selling themselves short. Like,
but do you feel like that's generational? Do you feel like that's really like a pretty thing? Because I would think some of that is just smacking on M&M's.
It's okay. It's real life. This is in real life.
I feel like some of that is about generation.
Entitlement.
Entitlement. If you say something, they're like defensive.
I think maybe both. I think it depends on the person.
We were grinders.
We were, but not all were. Not everyone was.
Who from the 90s wasn't a grinder? That is still relevant right now.
Okay, well, that's a different story. But they were definitely like cute girls prancing around thinking that was enough. There was a lot of them everywhere. They might not have made it because that's what they leaned on.
Yeah, pretty.
There's something in that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some expert or some psychologist that can break that down. But I do, like, if I only have sons, but if I had a daughter, it would be one of my things that even if she was gorgeous, like, you are not going to, that is not going to be your headline.
Correct.
Like, come on, we need
some substance,
because you're not always going to be gorgeous at some point.
And then what happens?
And then what?
I always talk about, like, it reminds me of this thing that I think of often is like, you know, in high school, I wasn't the prettiest girl. I wasn't the most popular. I was like in the second batch. You know, like,
you were B level.
I was B level cute in high school. So you had like the A-listers, and then you had me, and I was like BC, like. The guys liked me, but that was only because the A girls weren't giving them the time of day.
Right. Oh, so you had to also have some type of personality.
Yes, and I was just very aloof, and I would go to school, and I did great in school. I was always a good student. But what was interesting is when we all graduated. And you go back. I never go to my high school reunion. That's like, I just don't do stuff like that. I don't know why, but I just don't.
I get it.
Do you go?
No.
It's not because I'm an actor. It's just like, what are we going to talk about?
I also...
All right, y'all. So we're going to stop it right there, and we're going to do a quick commentary break. Oh my God, this portion of the conversation, it it's a wonderful portion of the conversation. I really want to have some really good conversation with you, Imani, and everyone is listening, whether you're in the chat or just laying in the cut, because I really want to hone in on this. And I have some stories to tell and some things to point out when it comes to this latter portion of the interview that they're talking about with this whole conversation around pretty girl, whatever like that. I want to get into it, but Imani, would you like to go first as far as your thoughts and feelings on this segment? Is there anything else that stood out to you, or you want to tap into a little bit of this conversation as well?
Um, yeah, she was talking about. I'll tell you about the whole of this section, and she talks about that great phrase, "pretty privilege," which we've heard time and time again. Um, and what she's really saying. First of all, she did talk a little bit more about Catherine Jackson and her sacrifice and some of the legal issues that came about. So they had to cut scenes from the movie. And then she moved on to this stuff about appearance over substance. She said she was known as, the Hollywood's beautiful girl, and there was a lot of pressure maintaining that image. And she talks about, the aging process and aging with confidence and separating her self-worth from her appearance, and also talking about walking through the different seasons of womanhood, fitness. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then she talks about her growing up in Brooklyn and South Central LA and working to escape poverty. And then she's really focusing on her identity beyond her appearance. And she says that beauty can never become your entire identity because every woman evolves. She also, like I said, she discusses menopause, aging, body image, and choosing health over perfection, whilst she's emphasizing that purpose, resilience, and personal growth matter more than external validation. Then she moves towards this kind of pretty privilege and saying you got to remain humble despite your success. You've got to think about your work ethic over beauty, and the generational differences that we have in entitlement, and why your substance will always outlast your appearance. And she talks about teaching your daughters not to define themselves by their beauty. Then there was a lot of stuff about high school popularity. I'll let you talk about that because I'm sure you've got a few stories for us. And this
The sound went out. Can you hear me?
did you lose me?
Okay, you're back
Hello?
now. Yeah, I can hear you. It went out for just a minute, but you're back
Can you
now.
guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me, can you? Okay. She's gonna reset the her mic or whatnot. She's gonna go down and come back up. Um, but yeah, I want her to finish her statement and stuff. But yeah, I got a few things to talk about when it comes to that because it's something that's thrusted on you from sometimes society. And I like the fact that they were having a conversation about, do you think it's like uh entitlement thing, right? And there's some people that are just raised, despite maybe what the looks or the aesthetics may be, to just be entitled, and as far as what society says goes, and as far as it goes deep, y'all. But these are things that I have problems with. I've had problems with it when I was in school. I have problems with it on this platform, and people don't even understand like the gist of it, right? Because you can go ahead, Imani, and finish your statement before I get into what I was saying. I can hear you
Yeah.
now.
Sorry about that. These people they don't call me the whole day. They always call me when I'm on a live. Uh,
I know,
it's
I know. They
annoying.
be doing the same thing to me, girl. Same thing.
Yeah. And so what she was saying, she was challenging society's obsession with appearance. And both of them said beauty may open doors, but only character, discipline, and hard work create lasting success. Basically, your popularity fades, looks changed, but integrity, personality, and a willingness to keep growing are ultimately what defines your makes your life meaningful. And I'll leave it over to you to talk about the high school stuff, because I'm sure you got lots of stories for us to
Well,
hear about the
you
lists, the A list, the B list, the
know,
C list.
C list for real, C list. Okay, and you ever heard of? And I used to call it is and it's not even to say because nobody is ugly, but they used to call it back in the day the ugly duck syndrome, right? So when I was younger and stuff like that, I had to grow into my body shape, my teeth, and I still struggle with my teeth and stuff like that. It's one of my biggest insecurities is my teeth. But yeah, when I was in high school and stuff like that, I was a little awkward little girl child, like awkward looking and skinny, skinny, skinny. And so it was just like, I didn't think that I was pretty at all. And so when she talking about B list child, I was on the C list. Okay. If they couldn't get the A or the B, they may try for the C. And I probably was at the back of the line of the C list. So it was just like, that was hard growing up, like that. And I was very shy. So I just stayed to myself. I was in my own little bubble, my own little space, and I'm an only child, so I'm used to that. So it didn't really faze me too much. But yeah. And then as I started to get older and get into high school and stuff like that, I guess that's when you start to kind of come into your looks or whatever they're gonna be. And things start to shift and change. So whatever. But yeah, you have crushes and stuff when you in school, and maybe who you got a crush on don't got no crush back on you because they like the cheerleader's child and you ain't a cheerleader, nothing like that. So it's just to tell these type of stories is for people to really understand, like, you really should get to know someone before you prejudge them. And so I've heard so much, just even on this platform alone. One thing that I heard from someone, and this was, we digging up old bones now, but I heard somebody try to give me advice and say that, I was a pretty looking girl and all I have to do to be successful on YouTube is just be pretty and that's it. And I didn't like that because that's not true. So just like Nia was saying and Angie was saying, you cannot just rely on looks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even that pretty. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like all of that was kind of real whack to me. But yeah, people will say that. Society is a societal thing. People will see that for you. You don't see that or think that for yourself, and you want to be seen as more, right? So it's like, to me, I thought that was disrespectful because I'm like, oh, you saying that I don't have anything else to bring to the table? Just come and put on some makeup or something and some earrings and just sit up here and look away and not have a mind or not have any intellect or education about myself that people could gravitate towards. It always have to be, and people are gravitating towards looks. That's the society that we live in now, right? And then, a lot of people always talking about like this pretty girl privilege and all of these things. And it's just like, okay, that might be a thing. It's not a thing for me. But you sometimes get these labels and things slapped on you because of what other people's perception of you is, not even your own, And that's one of the things that I don't like. Like, it's been a lot of talks about different things here, just being on this platform. It's just like, I don't like it. A lot of this stuff sometimes can segue into colorism. I've been called a colorist, and it's just like, I don't like that type of stuff because it's furthest from the truth. But these are other people's perception of you based off of what they feel you look like and where they place you. When it comes to that, it's not about how you feel, how you move and operate. It's what the people see and what they think and feel about you. And so that's one of my biggest pet peeves that I really hate, is that people will prejudge you and not even really know at the core who you are and what's important to you. And a lot of times people cannot help. You don't help how you look. You know what I'm saying? You can't help what your skin tone is, and for me, I'm very like, I am not pretty. Like I'm not the prettiest girl in the world. I don't walk around saying, "Oh, I'm pretty." I don't. Where did it come from? You know what I'm saying? That really, really bothers me. It's like I'm not gonna say that I'm ugly, but I don't walk around here talking about I have pretty privilege or anything like that. I don't even see myself like that when I look in the mirror. And you'd be surprised how many insecurities people have. And if you let society and other people tell it and give their perception of you, they wouldn't even know that. They wouldn't even know that about you. You know what I mean? And so I think that that conversation is a deeper conversation that could be had probably, on a separate time because there's a lot of things to break down. But a lot of that doesn't always come from the person. Sometimes it does come from the person because I've seen the prissy girls that walk around like, they the SHIT and, they the prettiest in the room and they need to get all of the opportunities and the attention and all the things because of that. And they, like Nia said, they lean into that, you know what I mean? Because they know that is a thing. And then sometimes those things are just thrown upon you because of society's perception. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily feel that way. Like, I don't feel like I'm pretty. I don't. And I hear people say that and stuff, and it's just like, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. But it's very small. It's very minuscule. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's literally all I had to say on that. And then just also like the audacity that sometimes people have when it comes to that, where they literally will tell you like, this is all you'll ever be good at or good for. It's just to be a pretty face or, eye candy or, just be on some guy's arm or something like that. Like this is all you can accomplish in life and all you're good at without even getting to know you and seeing that you actually have a mind, you have skills, you have other things outside of looks. And looks do not last forever, child. They don't. And so, that's why we see a lot of people sometimes, it's unfortunate, they crash out because their looks start to dwindle, especially as you age, you have kids, you go through things. Like she said, menopause for women, to change and stuff. It can change what you look like. And you could be the it girl your entire life and then life be life. And then you may not be that anymore or look that same way anymore. And you have to be okay with the version of yourself that's staring you back in the mirror as you age, and as you go through different things in life. Because if you only put your identity in your looks, that's when we see a lot of people like they really crash out and fall apart because that's all that they've ever had is the looks. What do you think about that, Imani? And I know Mama was saying some things too. And I was saying to V Love, thank you for listening to us. We appreciate it that you're listening, learning, and observing. But for men, it's the same. It's the same for women, for men. You know what I mean? Like maybe not, men that maybe not see it the same way that women see it, but it's the same for men too, And what do you say, Mama? I think you pretty inside and out personality too. You got Mama's vote. And you said I'm ugly when I'm angry, and that's why I say I don't prevent myself from becoming angry. Yeah, But go ahead, Imani.
No, I think you're right, and I think there's something that's really, if anybody's ever been to a school reunion, and you look at who were, supposedly the most handsome, the most pretty girls, and then you see them years later, and you think, yeah, looks do fade, they really do, but
Exactly.
what I will say about the whole of this video, there was, thanks again, once again, Golden, great choice of interview. I don't know how you do it, but you just seem to pick them out with all these lessons that are, that we're being taught and we can learn every day. But what I will say about the whole of this video that we've seen, or the parts that we've seen today, it wasn't really about, the conversation wasn't really about Hollywood, and it wasn't really about celebrity. It wasn't even about fame. It was about becoming the kind of person who still knows who they are after the applause fades. And one lesson that kept coming back was humility. Nia Long has worked alongside some of the biggest names in entertainment, but she still talks about listening to mentors, accepting criticism, and understanding that you never stop learning. And that is a reminder for all of us. The moment we believe we've got nothing left to learn is the moment we stop growing. Another powerful message was about identity. So many people knew her as the beautiful girl of the 90s, but she reminded us that beauty is only one chapter of a person's life. We all change, we all age, our bodies change, our priorities change, our responsibilities change. And real confidence isn't pretending those changes don't exist. It's about embracing every version of yourself with gratitude instead of fear. And I also loved what she said about relationships. Instead of chasing love, she focuses on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts healthy love. And that's great wisdom. Too many people spend their lives searching for the right person without asking whether they're becoming the right person. And her reflections on Catherine Jackson were equally moving because behind every successful family, business, ministry, or movement is someone carrying enormous responsibility quietly without recognitions. Sometimes the strongest people aren't the loudest, they're the ones that keep showing up every single day with grace, sacrifice, and resilience. And finally, there was an important reminder about substance over appearance. Beauty can open a door, but character determines whether you stay in the room. Popularity fades, looks change, trends come and go, but kindness, discipline, humility, integrity, and a willingness to keep growing never goes out of style. So, wherever you are, don't measure your worth by your reflection, your followers, your age, or somebody else's opinion. Measure it by your character, your resilience, your compassion, and your willingness to become a better version for yourself. Because at the end of the day, people may remember how you looked, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And that is a legacy worth building. And that's what I got from this section that we've seen. And I thought it's a great interview. People should go and watch it. If you didn't see our first breakdown, it's on Angie Martinez's channel. We'll be finishing off the rest probably tomorrow. But I thought it's a great interview. And that's what I got from today's stuff that we watched.
Wow, Imani, that was so powerful and jam-packed of just wisdom. You really tied that up and wrapped that up so well. It's not much more for me to say, girl. You hit all of the important points here. But one of the things that we do see, and it is unfortunate with the newer generation, is that there is less and less of this I think a responsibility on us, that have now even become now elders ourselves when it comes to the younger generation. Whatever generation is younger than you, you're an elder to them. And I do think that we have a sacred responsibility to teach this generation, the next generation of young women and even men as well, to anchor themselves in what is built on the inside. We have to show them that a pretty face without an aligned spirit is really just an empty vessel. We need to build intellect, guard character, and establish your standards so high that no one can ever buy you out or make you shrink. Because at the end of the day, when you lay your head on the pillow, nobody on this earth can strip away your mind, your dignity, or your self-respect. You can be the architect of your own worth. And what do they say? Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I can't sing, y'all. But what I will do is go ahead and do a quick song break for us, y'all. And then we'll get into our second part of the live where we'll listen to some more wisdom from Queen Latifah, also sitting down with Angie Martinez. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first part. And like Imani said, tomorrow we'll probably come back with a part 3 so we can wrap up these interviews all the way to the end and hear the rest of what they had to say. But so many gems dropped, and great talking points was able to be established from a lot of this conversation. So let's go ahead and take a quick song break, y'all. I'm going to get some water. I'm getting a little raspy, even though I'm raspy anyway. But we will be right back. And y'all rock with us for this song. Give me just a few minutes. Let me get into it.
Yeah. Sacrifice was the highest form of love, but nobody ever asked who was loving us. Ladies, this one's for every mother, every daughter, every woman who disappeared trying to save everybody else. It's time to come home. I love me. Finally I can breathe. I ain't gotta die to prove what you mean to me. I choose peace. I choose boundaries. Privacy ain't selfish. It's protecting me. Say it louder. I love me. My soul ain't public property. I love me. I love me. A queen deserves security. I carry generations all across my back. Held the house together while the world collapsed. Smiled through depression, cooked through the pain. Still they expected sunshine while I danced in the rain. Every phone call, every the emergency. Everybody's crisis somehow belonged to me. Lost my reflection, forgot my own name. Being strong shouldn't mean living in chains. See, a woman ain't an open book for public consumption. We deserve locked doors, closed curtains, sacred discussions. Yeah, not every blessing belongs online. Not every scar deserves a timeline. My healing, my children, my marriage, my prayers. Some things belong between me and the Creator. No more guilt, no more shame. I'm done apologizing for protecting my flame. I love me. Finally I can breathe. I ain't gotta die to prove what you mean to me. It's protecting me. I love me. I love me. Ay, I love me. My soul ain't public property. Ay, I love me. Ay, I love me. A queen deserves security. Being a mama don't erase the woman. Still got dreams, still got purpose, still becoming. They celebrate exhaustion like it's some gold medal. Meanwhile, our mental health gets buried with the shovel. Normalize saying I'm unavailable. Normalize protecting your calendar. Normalize therapy. Normalize vacation. Normalize silence. Normalize saying no without writing a dissertation. My body ain't community property. My time ain't community property. My peace ain't community property. My children ain't content. My life ain't entertainment. The strongest woman ain't the loudest. She's the one who learned. Not everybody deserves access. Boundaries don't make me cold. They make me cold. Hey, privacy don't mean I'm hiding. It means I'm healing. Self-love ain't arrogance. It's survival. Hey, it's survival. Looks beautiful on me. Teach little girls that love starts inside, not inside likes, followers, validation, or somebody else's eye. Teach little boys that a woman's no needs no explanation. Teach our daughters their worth ain't negotiable. Teach our sons protection ain't control. Healthy love leaves room to breathe. Real love respects privacy. Strong love protects identity. That's the revolution. I love me. Say it with your chest. No guilt left. I survived every battle they never saw. That's my greatest award. Privacy, peace, purpose, power, mama, daughter. I choose me. I love me. Because when I love me, everybody around me, it's a healthier version of me. Yeah. I love me. I love me. I love me. I love me.
All right, y'all. So thanks for rocking with us with that quick little song break there. And I hope y'all like the song. I know, Deborah, you said you want to see about getting a CD of some of the songs that I have, and I am working on that. That's in the mix as well. I'm gonna try to put a lot of these songs and albums and whatnot on DistroKid so it can be distributed. So I'm working on all of that, y'all. You know, just gotta make sure I get these funds and stuff up, y'all. So I'll be trying. I'm doing just one thing at a time, y'all, but I'm going to get it out there. I really appreciate you for saying that, and that you like the music so much. So I really appreciate that. But don't worry, I am going to be putting all of these on the album and putting it on DistroKid. But yeah, y'all. So now we're going to get into the second part of our live, where we'll be hearing a great conversation from Queen Latifah and Angie Martinez as well. So before I get started, do you have a few things you want to say before we get into this, Imani?
No, I'll let you lead on this one. You lead on this one.
All right. Okay. So this next interview we're gonna watch, y'all. This is with one of my another one of my favorites, Queen Latifah, right? And she's gonna be talking about the blueprint of balance and longevity. And so she is sitting here with Angie Martinez again on the same platform and having a conversation. And here's some of the talking points. Hold on. Let me just pause that real quick, y'all. So basically, she sits down with Angie Martinez to reflect on her massive career spanning music, film, and business. And she shared her golden rule: how to treat people on your way up determines who will be there for you later. She also highlighted how she masterfully balances sharing her joy publicly with her family while maintaining an ironclad wall of privacy around her sacred home. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop this video up, y'all. Give me just a sec to get everything set up here. And we'll listen to some of their conversation together as well, and then do our commentary in the chat and in between as we go. But I thought this was another excellent conversation, because boundaries and, being a celebrity or someone who is in the public eye, you have to be able to know how to healthily set those boundaries and realize that your private life does deserve to be just that, your private life. And it's not for everybody to have a piece of and a part of. And so she will explain to us exactly how she has navigated through that within her career and her life. So let's go ahead and get into that, y'all, and we will meet y'all in the chat.
You may have to live your life like this. And so you're trying to figure out, how does she live her life?
Yeah, they want to know. They want to know.
Oh, you can't even believe it. Whatever you thought, think bigger. You know what I mean? Go further. You ain't far enough. Yes, that's good. Now go further. If it's dangerous, no, it's more dangerous than that.
Thanks for watching, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Guys, I have a whole introduction to do today. And it involves Grammy Awards and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and many, many, many accolades. But I'm gonna pause that just to run a list down. From like Jungle Fever, House Party Juice, Who's the Man, My Life, Set It Off, Hoodlum, Living Out Loud, The Bone Collector, Bringing Out the Dead, Brown Sugar, Chicago. This is not even all of them. A Scary Movie 3, Barbershop 2, The Cookout Taxi, Beauty Shop, Last Holiday, Ice Age, The Meltdown, Hairspray, The Perfect Holiday. And then I'm talking about like Queen Latifah Show and Living Single and Star and Equalizer and CoverGirl ads and Ladies First and UNITY. And Queen Latifah is my guest on IRL today.
The butter pecan reed got the sugar, got that spice. He just made his mind up last night. Come on. You're such a rapper. You are such.
Do you think I am?
I definitely think you are.
I
know you are.
You know what part of the problem is? That you made me believe that I could be a rapper. You also made me believe I could do a talk show and a this and a that and a that, because you did all the things. And me watching you my whole career, I thought, yeah, I want to do a lot of things.
Of course.
And it's okay to do a lot of things.
Okay to do a lot of things. Whatever you think you can do, you should be doing.
Right?
And look at you right now.
I'm so happy you're here today.
Angie, I'm so glad to be here. Nothing brings me more pleasure than to be right here, right now, a guest on your cast, on your show.
Thank you.
You come on, you to go with this. So it's my honor.
You have been supportive, not of just me. And I hear so many stories about the way you carry people and show up for people quietly. And when I hear them, I'm like, oh, I already know, because I from my own firsthand experience of like, yo, I'm doing this commercial. Come, you put me in a CoverGirl commercial.
Of course. Look at you. Look at her.
Stop. No,
Look at her.
Not the
Why
point.
would I not?
The point is that while you were collecting some of that list that I'm just talking about, you were just pulling people into things. Like, I can't imagine what that feels like. And then you see all these people doing things. Like, do you feel connected to so many people?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I feel connected to a huge amount of people. And it's actually, you know that phrase, what goes up must come down?
Mm-hmm.
It's really a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you really take that phrase seriously, as you're going up, you got to consider that some of the people who may not be up yet, if you're going down, they might be going up.
Mm.
And you could use that help at some point. You might need somebody to look out for you. And it's that one person that you said hi to that day, or you held the door open as you should have and let them go through. And they may just remember your demeanor or how you spoke to them with respect or something like that. Or you may have given them a job.
Yeah.
And nobody would have hired them necessarily. They didn't have experience, but you saw something in them, you know. And then one day they're writing the checks. And then one day they're the boss and they actually can hook you up. And so they think, why not you? So,
but you talk about the lows. I don't remember any lows for you. And maybe that's just from the outside.
Nice. It's good that you don't remember those lows.
Okay. So you're telling me there were some.
There's always lows. There's always lows. Life is not a thing that just goes up, 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 up.
Mhm.
Even if it appears that way.
Mhm.
Definitely some body blows along the way. Big ones, you know.
I want to
Big,
learn
big
all
ones.
about your lessons today. I want to get all up in your lessons of life today.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest lessons. Keep learning.
I will say though, before we go into like details of things, the one thing, maybe it's not always been highs for you. Like I'm sure there's ups and downs and all of that, but I think what people love about you so much and what I value about you, one of the things I value about you so much is that you know that your name is Queen Latifah, right? And so people call you a queen, and you've always been held in that type of you came into the game like, this is how you're gonna look at me, this is how I want to be treated. But that crown, it's one thing to say that. No, and I'm just saying you have worn that crown for a long time and kept it like intact. Like, how do you do that?
I think I've always tried to, first of all, I didn't do this on my own. God put me in this position. There's no reason I should even be here. This is divine. And then the fact that I have the mom who I had, my father, my family, my friends, who I still work with to this day from high school. That's a rare thing, apparently. I thought it was a normal thing, but I came to learn that it's not. And so even just having people who actually love you, who are able to critique you is helpful because then you don't get a big head thinking you're much bigger than you are. And then you also don't diminish yourself either. So there are people who can like tell you the truth without really trying to put you down or just gas you up. You know what I mean? So I came up in a crew of people who did that. And even my partner / manager, Shakim, like I've had him all these years. So and he could be a real realist, like brutally honest.
Like too much. Like, all right,
I'm like, got it. Okay. Yeah. Now let me pick myself up off the ground and put myself back together again. I don't know. I think I've just been raised in a way to know oftentimes where I am in life. So I don't I'm kind of right here where I'm supposed to be. And if I kind of go this way, I got people to go, or if I go that way, people to move me back to center. And so and then I could call my grandmother and it's all about church. Yes, she just turned 98.
Oh, God bless.
So
Wow.
I call from all around the world. And I know when I call her, it's gonna always wind up being, well, trust God. And we crack up about some things. She'll ask me what I'm doing. And I always think to myself, here's someone who has lived 100 years pretty much.
Wow.
She's still standing. She's seeing way more than I'll ever imagine seeing. And if she can figure out a way to be okay in the midst of all these things, and it's been all through the years, then I think I'll just follow her lead. You know, I'll just trust that things will work out and stay optimistic rather than just become pessimistic or jaded and cynical and all that stuff.
Did you always have that?
I think I've been a pretty optimistic person in general. Like I'm always a happy-go-lucky person until somebody takes away from it. Like I wake up in a joyful place generally,
Really?
and then somebody's like, starts messing with my day, and then I have to get myself back.
Yeah.
Crowns are heavy. I just want you to know that.
Huh?
Crowns are heavy.
How so?
Heavy is the crown. Because when people expect you to like carry something, it could be heavy. You know what I mean? Like you got real actual life to live and things are not as easy as they seem. And in spite of and despite of that, you're expected to like stand up and you ready to fall down and crumble and fall apart like everybody else might. But it's, when you're expected to get up, you have to figure out how to get up. And it can be tough.
Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet, Florida Sportsbook. We have reached the conference finals in the NBA playoffs, and we are excited about it. And the action is going to be turned up to 100. And on Hard Rock Bet, every night is your shot to score a major bucket. With win or go home energy on the hardwood, you could build the same game parlay however you draw it up. Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your picks into a same game parlay built for the playoffs. If you're ever late to tip off, don't worry. Hard Rock Bet lets you live bet all game long.
The personalities in the world, because you seem really well adjusted. We see people that we knew from young and we've seen them come up, and you see people kind of lose it in these
in these waters.
Yeah, it's hard though.
And your soul seems to be intact. Is it always like that?
No, I think I've crashed and burned several times. I've definitely hit brick walls and was like, "Oh, that was brick." Right. My bad. I've been protected by those who care about me. I've been protected by God. And then I've tried to be a person who asks for help, or I say, I'm tapping. I don't have this. I ain't got
Really?
this one. Yeah, absolutely. And go get help. Go figure it out. Go talk to somebody or step away for a second, whatever time I can get. I've had to make adjustments through the years. In the beginning, I would literally just disappear and everybody be looking for me. I have things to do. I would just blow off everything and
Really?
just bounce. And I would call my mother and I'm like, Mom, I'm up here. I'll go to my brother's grave half the time, get 2 Coronas, one for him, one for me. I'm like, Ma, I'm fine. I'm not speaking to anybody. I need a minute. And she would talk to whoever she needed to talk to let them know. Back up, give us some space. And it really would generally just take that day for me to recenter, and then I'll be ready for the world again. I'm ready for the fight all over again.
But what was it? What are you battling? Like, what were you?
Because I appear that I can handle a lot, people throw a lot at me to handle. And I'm like, I can't handle all of that. There's a limit to how much I can handle. I may appear to be able to carry that load, but that load is heavy. And so when do I get to take a break? And if I say, hey, I need a minute, I need a break.
But you're on a
and then
$50 million production. Yeah.
Yeah. Which means nothing to me because I'm not materialistic. It could be $100 million production. It could be $1 billion production. Guess what? I will bounce. You know what I mean?
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I cannot be moved by money. It's too dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, that's not enough of a motivation for me. What I noticed is when I did things for a check, I hated it.
All right, y'all. So we're just gonna stop right there and take a quick commentary break. Imani, I'm gonna let you lead on this one. What are some of your thoughts, feelings, and opinions of what we heard so far from the excellent, lovely Queen Latifah? One of my favorites, girl. Let me know what you think.
Yes, once again, great interview. She is so, like, she's had a career over multiple decades and she's multi-talented. She's, she refused to stay in one lane. She does music, acting, producing, television, and she has her own business. And she was encouraging people to pursue every gift that they've been given by God, if you believe in God, or by whoever you believe is the power that gives us these gifts. And she also talked about bringing other people along as her career grew and treating everyone with respect, because today's assistant could be tomorrow's executive. And she also says that, her success was not achieved alone. And she's grounded. She's still got some of the same friends from high school, lifelong friends and trusted advisors, and also her family. She talks about surrounding herself with people who tell you the truth instead of just flattering you, and the importance of faith and prayer, and the wisdom that she gets from her 98-year-old grandmother. And the fact that success brings other things that the public never see. Her lasting success isn't only built on her talent, it comes from her humility, faith, and her strong relationships. And she hasn't forgotten where she came from. And she also believes that leadership really means lifting others up while staying surrounded by people who will always keep you grounded. And another thing she was talking about is asking for help instead of always pretending to be strong. That's really about taking breaks to protect your mental health and never letting money become your total motivation. You know, once again, great start to an interview. There's lots of gems in there. I don't know what you think about what she said in these first sort of 10, 12 minutes.
Absolutely. I agree with, like always, the same things that stick out to you stick out to me as well. Um, I really, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this interview, and this is one that I watched twice. I watched it through twice, and just the poise that Queen Latifah has, and she's always had it from the very beginning. You know, one of my favorite shows, Shaw, is Living Single. And even when she was rapping with, you and ITY, it's just she's just always seemed to have had this level of wisdom, wise beyond her years. And you can tell that she is a loving person. You can tell that she takes care of herself. She's very healthy. You can see it in her face. Like she's always happy, it seems like, or joyful on the inside. And she's very proud. She has a level of confidence that's not, it doesn't seem like she's conceited, but she walks with her head held high. And I just think she sets an excellent example for women. But let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video, y'all. It's another part I want to talk about. We're going to get into that in just a moment, and we'll meet y'all in the chat.
Half the time. The check cleared, the money was good, but I really did not enjoy it. It wasn't memorable. My heart wasn't in it. So I felt like I needed to do things that really meant something to me. And that's literally from my first couple of jobs.
Wow.
On. So I learned early, and probably why I even had any type of poise when I came into the business is because I had already been living. I was running the streets at 15. I was in clubs.
Yeah,
I was hanging out.
I need to know because I ain't know little Dana. How do you reflect on her now at this age? When you think of her, you at, I don't know, what age pops for you? I don't know.
I just think about my poor mother.
Why?
Because what the hell was I doing in them damn streets?
What were you doing in the streets?
I was partying. I was doing it all.
How old are we talking about?
Like from 15, 16, 17.
What do you mean partying? Like local parties, house parties,
No, I was
clubs?
going to local parties, but I was going to New York. I lived in New Jersey. I lived in East Orange, New Jersey, which is like a border of Newark. So it's maybe 35 minutes outside of the city. I'm taking the train, going to New York, just being cool, dressing fly, just pretending.
At 15.
I'm fronting. Yes. Like
I'm saying that, but I was at Roseland at 15.
So I was in Roseland
with
too.
Fake ID.
Of course.
The first night I went, there was a shootout.
Of course there was a shootout.
I didn't leave. I jumped under the table. I waited for it to stop. And then they played Bismarck. And I popped up out the table. The party continued.
And this is why I'm honored to be here with a G, at this table interviewing me, who has seen some things. I need you to have seen some things at Roseland.
So you were also 15 in the club?
I was 15 in the club with
no
the fake
business.
ID. I mean, I remember meeting Bismarcky because he had a biz hat on. And we took the train into the city to go to Latin Quarter, which was a club that had a hip hop night, the biggest hip hop night that around. Of
course.
You could see anybody perform, right? And you would always stop at the McDonald's in Times Square before you went to the club, which is a few blocks up. And we stand outside the McDonald's, and my boy Bree says, "Yo, that's Biz." And I see this kind of guy walking up the street. He got this kind of trucker hat that says Biz on it. And I was like, that's not Bismarcky. I don't know what I expected him to look like. And I walked up to him. I was like, you Bismarcky? He was like, yeah. I said, hit the beatbox. He said, boom. I was like, yo, we went crazy then. I was like, what the fuck? We went nuts. And he was from Jersey too. I was like, yo, so this was the beginning of all of it. There was no way I could walk away from this hip hop music.
You're already the type of kid though. Like, number one, you leave in Jersey to get to the streets. You're in the streets and you're not afraid to go up to somebody like, yo, like this energy that you're talking about, how you could walk in a room and feel people, like you already had that.
I had
kind of. Yeah.
Because I come from a big family and there's every type of person in my family.
Yeah.
And so, and we're taught a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so if you could be a Owens Marcetti, you can make it through our family, any of our cookouts, all the stuff we've seen. I mean, there's every type of person in my family. So I've seen it all in front of me my whole life. And
so you're not afraid of people.
People that I'm supposed to be afraid of, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people that I'm supposed to be afraid of, I'm afraid of. Or if I get a certain vibe from a person, I'm like, okay, how you gonna get out of this one? Figure your way out of it. The rest of the angels had the wheel because it ain't no reason. I'm in East New York at 16. What are you doing out here? What are you doing in East New York, Jersey girl? You way out in Brooklyn. Like this is last stops on the trains this way and that way.
What were you looking for?
Probably love. And
Stop.
Of course, I'm 15, 16. His hormones are crazy.
Oh, you were looking. Oh, really? You weren't kidding.
Well, that just happened to be part of it.
Oh,
of
you
course.
were looking for something cute.
No, I mean it comes with the club.
Oh, got it.
But yes, I was in clubs for the music, for the style, for the energy, for this music called hip hop that I got to be a part of. I'm looking at my favorite artists in this box on the wall performing, you know, thinking one day, man, I wish I could perform up there. I mean, I'm looking at Salt Pepper, I'm looking at Light, I'm looking at Coogee Rap and Polo, I'm looking at Kane, I'm looking at Boogie Down Productions, Melly Mel is hosting. I mean, Sweet Tea, Jazzy Joyce, anybody who's anyone in hip hop is performing at this club. You're gonna get frisked. You're gonna think somebody cavity searched you by the time you get in there, the way you getting frisked.
And you love it.
And I'm like, yo,
I've arrived.
I got this.
And your mother's thinking, my child is where?
My mother has no idea. She doesn't know. I would have snuck out or either gone to she's a school teacher. She has to get some rest.
She's a school teacher and you're in the house. It's your brother, your mother, your parents were together.
Oh, at that point. Us three. My dad was at his other house at that point. So my parents weren't together by that time. He was in Newark. He was very close, but he wasn't in the house. So
he didn't know you was sneaking out. Right?
Not till my mother probably told him, and then I got the talk from everyone, and then I tried to get it together. And it was my brother. Like my brother and I was so close. Like I never kept secrets with him. And then I had a couple of cousins that knew my whole life, and we were a close family. So there was always somebody, or somebody in the Flavor Unit, the crew in Mark's basement, that was with me.
Yeah.
Like we going to the city. We're going to get into something. So this was like, it became, but what it was, my mother understood it because she was a cool teacher.
Yeah.
Like I got in my mother's car one day and she was playing Leaders of the New School. It's just another case of that old PTA. I was like, what? My mother knows hip hop? So then I'm like, my mother was like the cool teacher. So she got that this was like a new form of music. Like this must have been what folk or rock and roll was to her generation. But to my generation, this was hip hop. And she encouraged it rather than, pushed us away from it. We were, this was our thing. And we were thinking about how to make it a career, how to monetize it, how to make a business out of it. And my mother supported that rather than push us away from it. Although you were going to college if you were living in this house. So I did go to college, but I also asked if I could have permission to leave college for a year. So I could like really put
your mother, the educator, you asked.
The educator. See, she didn't even call herself a teacher. She called herself an educator. So yes, I did have to ask that permission. However, my mother and I were very close and she knew I was a pretty honest kid. My brother would lie. But she knew, she's like, nah, wait, your brother, he'll lie. And she would bust him in a minute. But she knew pretty much she could quiz me, and in a few questions, I was giving up the story. Because I really could lie to my mother like that. And so,
you were always
I just had to,
soul.
I was, and she had my number, and I just had to explain to her what my purpose was. So once I explained to her, I was like, Ma, I really think I can do something with this. So I just want to take off 1 year. And I skipped a year. I skipped first grade, whatever. So I said, let me just take off 1 year and I'll put my 150% into this. And if it doesn't work out, I promise you I'll go back to college. and I never looked back.
Wow.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it right there and take another commentary break. And just in that final statement that she made right there, where so many things stuck out, and I'm gonna let you go for Imani. But in that final statement, I love the fact that she asked her mother, like, and we see that she had this deep, deep, deep passion for music, right? And her mom introduced it to that, and she said to her mother, like, let me give this a shot for 1 year. If it doesn't work, I'm going back to college, but let me give it a shot. And her mom let her do it. And look where it has led her to now. Just that one yes, right? And that one moment where she asked if she could just take a chance and put her hand in music. And it's why you just never know. Sometimes you have to step out on faith, take certain opportunities, not knowing if it's going to work out or not, but just try it. And it's great when you have the support and you get that yes that you need sometimes. But overall, Imani, what are some of your thoughts and feelings and opinions on some of the things that they talked about here in this segment? And there was so much more as well.
Yeah, she talked there. I've got a story actually where she talks about sneaking into the clubs at 15 and experience the early hip hop culture, and meeting people like Biz Markie and discovering her passion for the music. But what I was thinking about when she talked about sneaking into clubs um, was when I met up with my friends a few weeks ago and we were having drinks. We were talking about what we used to do when we were younger. And we remembered an occasion because we, unlike Queen Latifah, we lied. We would say we're going to study, and we knew we were going to a club or we were going to someone's house party, but we planned. So we would leave for school in the morning, and we would have our clothes, and we would be getting ready at someone's house where we were meant to be studying. And I remember this one time in this we were all in this club, and we saw, well, a couple of us saw a couple of our parents come into this club because we were meant to be studying and doing homework. And I spotted my friend's mother because of the bonnet she was wearing, because she had just come out in her lounge pants and her bonnet, and there were like a couple of dads, a couple of moms who had come to collect their children. So we tried to tell our friend who was, she was busy cozying up to a couple of the boys, that our parents were here, and she didn't believe us. So we ran out of the back and we ran home because we knew we were in trouble, but we just didn't want to get in trouble publicly. And she was there with her mother with the bonnet, who literally disciplined her in front of everybody in the club. And we were remembering that story because we all knew we were in trouble. We just didn't want the public shaming that was going to happen when we saw our parents. So we were
That's
laughing about that whole thing of, we said, do you remember when Angie's mum came in with her bonnet and her slippers into the club? So we were laughing so much. So that's what that reminded me of. But like
oh
I
my God,
said,
good times,
she's
good times.
it was good times. And the thing is, in this, in some of the things she says, she she talked about the success losing its value when it's only about money, and purpose should always lead the way. And that's what I thought about when she was talking about her teenage adventures. It looks like her mother was probably a little bit more flexible than my parents, um, but she was always chasing that calling. And the other thing she talks about is growing up in a creative household, and her parents talked about education and lifelong learning. And she had great foundation, and her mother allowing her and recognizing her creative gifts. And I think that was really, really good because she was able to have a honest conversation with her parents, because I know some of the parents back in the day, they didn't believe that this career was a long-term career. They would say, you need to get a job doing something that's going to pay you, that you'll never get paid for this. But she obviously had a very understanding mother who helped and encouraged her daughter. And that's what I got from this, apart from the funny story about getting caught.
Yeah, child, the good old days, the good old days. But yeah, I absolutely agree. She did seem to have a very supportive mother that wanted her to, take those chances. And sometimes in life, that's, most of us are grown now, and we can either, have stories to tell that our parents were supportive in that type of way, or some of our parents weren't. And a lot of us may be parents now, whether it's to a young one or maybe our kids are almost all the way grown. And, sometimes those decisions or whatnot can make a huge difference as far as, if you're going to see it for them, and give them a chance to go out there and try, or if you just want to structure and set up their life and force them to do something that may not turn out to be exactly what they were supposed to do in life anyway, and that's not something you can always get down to a science. You gotta, as far as me and mama and you, we have our spirituality, so we pray on these things, we step out on faith sometimes, and we ask God, to order the steps and structure, the life choices sometimes. But yeah, I think it's really powerful. But let's go ahead and play a little bit more before we wrap up the live. This will be, I guess, the last portion of the segment we play, and then we'll do our last commentary, and then, wrap it on up, girl. But let's get back into it.
All those records started
And you're
playing. I got a
off and
deal.
running.
Like the companies came together. It was just, it all worked. So
At some point, though, you thought, I want this to, I don't know, you just thought bigger than everybody else. I feel like you always thought bigger, because you could have just been like, I want to be a rapper, which is big enough. You did a great enough job at that. Like, that could have been it. But you didn't, you wanted a management company, and you wanted to act, and then you wanted to have brands, and you wanted to, like, I feel like you just have always, your whole career, have thought bigger. Did you always think that from the beginning, or
I think so.
and how much of that is like the key to what you've been able to do for
I
so
think it's
long?
very important.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. I think I grew up in a very creative household. Um, my parents were a police officer and who wanted to be an architect.
That's your
And
dad?
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
very creative, listened to jazz, played percussion. So a musical household as well. My mom became an art teacher, but we watched her go to school. So she wasn't already, she didn't already have a diploma when we were kids. She went to school, she went to college. Sometimes she would take us to school with her because she didn't have a babysitter. And there's a janitor that worked there that would watch us while she took her classes. So not only did we, you know, uh, we actually got to see the work that went into her achieving this degree. And so there was a lot of learning, hands-on learning that we got to see. Also, my grandfather owned a hardware store, so we got to see business people in front of us growing up. Anybody could get a job. Any one of my cousins could work at the hardware store where my grandfather and his brothers owned it, and a lot of business went through there. My grandmother was very much a hustler, smart, just knew how to talk to people. I mean, they just lived at a different level.
Mhm.
So Newark was not the Newark that people talk about. It was a thriving metropolis with 1 million+ people. And I got to see a whole lot of things growing up and a lot of success in our own ways.
Mm.
I also grew up in Maryland and Virginia, where my mother's side of the family was from. So it was slow. Got to get away from the city, appreciate nature, be in be in the country, go to church every Sunday, you go on a vacation Bible school, whether you like it or not. Nobody's sleeping in the house on a Sunday. It's not happening. I don't care who you are or your religion.
Yeah.
You're going to be at church on Sunday. So there was something to that.
Oh, so there's like a lot of discipline in that.
Yeah.
There's faith in that.
Mm-hmm.
There's like how you treat people in that. Like all those
And
things.
there's music in that.
And there's music
There's
in that.
music in that.
But all those things that you talk about how like they define you, it's all rooted in that upbringing and that setting and that thing. It's nice to hear you talk about your brother too, because we always when he comes up for us, it's always in the sad part of his existence. But hearing about him in the joyful, how close you were.
Oh no, that was my brother. People thought we were twins because we looked alike.
Yeah.
And as soon as we saw each other, we were just like puppies. We would just hug each other, do something very loving or very silly, and people got to see what like a loving sibling relationship looked like, So it was very normal for us.
So
and I know
beautiful.
at some point my mother was like, "Listen, I understand that I get it." It was my brother who actually brought it to my attention that my mother was stressing about me hanging out and being in the streets like that. And he was like, "Come on, D, yo, mommy crying." I was like, "What?
Crying?
I made mommy cry?" It was so out of the realm of reality for me. And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh man." So I got to talk to mommy. And I was 17 at that time. So we're talking about 2 years of just going at it.
Yeah.
And my mom and I had
why
to
do you
talk.
think she was crying? Did she think she was going to lose you or?
I think she was worried about me. That particular night, I remember I went out to a club. I expected my friends to be there. None of my friends were there. And I went out with no money. And I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck in the city. No
By the
cell
way,
phone.
guys, no cell phones, no beepers.
No.
There's nothing at this time. You just outside till you're not.
And buses and trains, all that stuff stopped running in Jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck in the city. Like, how am I going to get home?
Yeah.
My mother has a cousin who lives in Castle Hill in the Bronx. So I said, okay, I can hop this turnstile and I could just take you to Castle Hill. Then I walked to her house and I knocked on her door. She was a nurse at the hospital locally. And I was like, "It's Dana, Rita's daughter." And she's like, "What? Come on in." She led me into a room, let me spend the night.
I'm 41.
Called my mother, of course. This is my mother's first cousin. She called my mother, let her know where I was, gave me train fare and bus fare to get home because she had to work. And I took the train home. And by the time I got back to East Orange, it felt like I traveled 150 miles. And it was time to just and that's when I came in and my brother was like, "D, yo, what you doing?" He was drinking some beer. I could tell. I was like, "You tipsy." And then we used to wrestle a lot. So he grabbed me up like, "Oh, you got mommy crying." I was like, "I got mommy crying." And I was like, I couldn't believe I'd done that to my mother. And so, I had to talk to my mom and we had a conversation about things. And she was like, ultimately, it was like, "I know you're going to continue to do what you're doing because you have to do this. But I just need you to call me and let me know you're safe wherever you are." And I was like, "Ma, I promise you, I will let you know wherever I am." Because I'm thinking, okay, she's going to let me still rile out a little bit. All I got to do is let her know I'm there. If I'm in Brooklyn, I'm there. It got to the point where everybody would walk, "You call your mother? Yo, you call your mother? Yo, you call your mother?" No, let me get in the door. Like, for real.
You really were protected.
I was protected. Everybody, like the whole flavor unit. If I was in Mark's basement, "Yo, call your mother." I'm in my friends, I'm in Bed-Stuy, my girl Gigi's house. "You call your mother?" Call my mother. I'm in the Bronx. "Yo, you call your mother?" I call my mother. Like, I have to call my mother or somebody. "Ramsey, tell my mother I'm here." Pass the number along, make sure she knows where I am. And from that moment on, it was like we were adults. We were women dealing with one another rather than just mother-daughter. You know what I mean? And it was a different kind of cadence in our relationship that really made the difference because she knew I needed to do this and that it was a purpose in it. She could see it. She could see it in my friends. She could hear it because I would play my little songs for her. I would rhyme for her or make up a song and sing it for her. So she knew that was called to make music. I was called, something was calling me, and she wanted me to follow my creative path. She just she just didn't want to worry about my life. You know what I mean?
No, I
And
get
I
it.
could respect that.
I
So
get it. God bless. How lucky were you? How much has that informed you as a mom now? Like what kind of mom are you? I don't even know you as mom.
I don't know that I know me as mom.
What do you mean?
I just know
you've been doing it for 7 years now.
I know. Well, the day he got here, I was like, I'm sorry.
To your mother?
I'm so sorry. What was I thinking? Was I crazy? What? I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Is that how you talk to her?
I was so mad at me. I do. I talk to her like she's right here. I'm like, Ma, I don't know what I was thinking. God bless you. How could you I love you so much. How could you even think to be so nice to me after pushing me out like that? You know, I'm like, I got stuck too. Oh my gosh. And she still loved me. It's you and Mom, you know, it's just one of the most unselfish things you will ever do. And that's pretty much, like, I don't talk very much about my personal life like that, because I need that to keep for myself.
And it has served you.
It has. And that came from my mother too. You know, my mother would tell me to keep your private things private. And this house this is for you. This is your sanctuary. So everybody can't come in your house. You know, out there is out there, but here should be like a safe space for you to be who you are, because I need to take Queen Latifah off sometimes and sit her at the door and let just come in the door, Dana come in the door, and just be whoever she is. And I'm just mama, you know, like I'm bringing whatever I can to the table, you know, whether it's, I'm fortunate I grew up with a brother who comes up with all kinds of craziness. So I'm never shocked when my son comes up with some madness or has jokes or wants to do something wild that everybody is like, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we're going to do that. But here's how we're going to do it. You know what I mean? We're going to do that safely, but we're definitely jumping, but not from there. You know, so, you know, I bring
funny? We become our mothers, by the way.
I know.
We really do become our mothers.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say, and I know I also value your privacy, you know what I mean? And I respect you so much that I would never want to push anything about you. But I will say, it has been really joyful for people who love you to see you just seem and be free. Like, that's really it. It's like, I don't even want to know the details of all the intimacies of whatever, all the decision making. And I know you don't really want to share that, but you have been more open. You have been outside. You have been on carpets with your wife, and everybody knows you have a child. And
I've always been outside, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you haven't really been. It's not like, but
you
there's not a lot of
big
secrets.
You have to know me to know. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. It wasn't like something I felt. I've seen people, you know, some people are really good at navigating public life. Some people are really bad at it. And some of my peers, my friends, like that fame thing hit them and their anonymity went away, and they were like, they couldn't really handle that, you know? Plus we're teenagers and we got to grow up still. We're still growing up. So that's really, really tough to grow up in front of the world. But I also seen people invite the world into their house and then come to regret it. So I don't really feel the need to put my whole life in everybody else's hands. It's not like something that's a desire I have for you to know what's going on in my house every 5 minutes, or what I ate, or how I sleep, or what I'm doing. That's not for you.
But you never felt trapped, or like you felt like you had to hide anything? You know what I'm saying? Because I had the Brat on and Judy.
No question.
Have you ever spent time with the Brat and Judy?
I would like to spend some time with
the Brat and
Judy.
You should absolutely spend time with them.
Especially now.
They are so funny.
That's who I need to be around.
No, they are so funny. But the Brat was explaining to me, like, you know, there was a time that she couldn't do certain things and be certain ways. And that was just it. That was the law. And then she got to a point, she was like, look, I just want to, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you stopped caring.
You stopped caring. Now she's way more open with her.
Right.
They got a reality show.
Right,
she's not like you.
Yep.
She's way more open, and that's her choices. Everybody's choices. But I'm.
All right, y'all. So we have hit the 30-minute mark when it comes to the interview. So we're here at our last commentary break, y'all, before we go ahead and wrap up this live. this is one of my favorite parts. I'm telling you for real, because she is, they're having a conversation about a lot of things that I think affects a lot of us, not just in our everyday lives, but yes, if we do spend a lot of time here on social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anything as a content creator. Or, if you are in the industry, or if you just have, regular job you work at, but you still have, your private life when you clock out. Setting boundaries when it comes to that. And one of the things that she said that really stood out to me is the fact that it's, you have to get to a place, if you desire to, where if you feel as though everything isn't for everybody to know about your personal life, despite the fact that, you may be a public figure of some shape or kind, you can find that healthy boundary. And that is something that she desired to do and set out to do, and balances very well. And they also talked about, motherhood as well. I thought that was an excellent conversation that they had. But Imani, I'm gonna let you give some of your thoughts and opinions real quick, and then I'll tap into some more of mine at the end. You
Sorry.
can go ahead. Yeah, I was about to say you can unmute.
Yeah, I mean, there was a great conversation about motherhood in this, and she understood the sacrifices that her own parents had made. And that reminds me of a conversation that I had, well, many conversations I had with my mother, especially when I used to do things like creep out and go places and be where I wasn't supposed to be. And she used to say to me all the time, I can't wait until you have your own kids. I cannot wait. And when I did, I really realized what she was talking about. Because even though you find joy in being a parent, you remember all the things that your own parents used to say, all the worries that they had. And she has found a lot of joy in motherhood, and she talks about becoming more like her own mother. And that's one thing that my son always says to me, you sound like Nan all the time. And Nan was his grandmother. He's always telling me, when I'm speaking to him, oh my God, he calls me Nagatha sometimes, because he says I nag him all the time. But that's, yeah, he
You
calls
said
me
Nagisa.
Nagatha. Nagatha or Margie or Marge from The Simpsons. And the thing is, she's saying she began to understand parenthood. And this final section really does focus on this final section that we've done today, focus on her legacy. And she tells us that her greatest lessons didn't come from her fame or her stardom. It came from her home, it came from her family, it came from the faith, and it came from the education and the discipline that shaped her vision long before her success arrived. And today she says she tries to pass on those same values to her son. And what I would say about this whole section that we've covered today, that she talks about greatness. It's not an accident. And behind every successful person is usually a foundation that is built well before the world ever knows their name. And she didn't become an icon simply because she was talented, because plenty of talented people never reach their potential. But what separated her was her willingness to keep learning, keep growing, and never limit herself to one lane. And she refused to believe that she had to choose between being a rapper, an actress, a producer, an entrepreneur, or a businesswoman. And her life really reminds us that if God has given you multiple gifts, don't let the world convince you that you only use one. Another powerful lesson was her leadership. She says that too many people think success is climbing over others. but she reminds us that real success is about bringing people with you. She spoke about treating everyone with respect because, as I said before, today's assistant could be tomorrow's executive, and an intern could be tomorrow's CEO. And that the kindness you show today may come back to bless you years later. And she's got great humility. That's one thing I noticed, because even after the many years of success she's got, she still relies on her family, her lifelong friends, and her advisors who aren't afraid to tell her the truth. And, you know, success can become dangerous when everyone around you always tells you what you want to hear. I loved her honesty about mental health. She admitted there were moments when she had to step away and disappear and reset and protect her peace. And it's not weakness to do that, it's wisdom. Because we all carry burdens that other people never see, as we said before. And the strongest thing we can do is admit we need a moment to breathe. And then finally, it was her relationship with her mother. And once again, when we talked about Catherine Jackson as well, that behind many extraordinary people is someone who believed in them before the rest of the world even knew them. And her mother, you know, didn't try to crush her dreams. She simply wanted her daughter to be safe while she was tracing them. And, you know, it was great guidance and not control. So, you know, the only thing I can say as we leave today, don't put yourself in one box. Keep learning, stay humble, protect your peace once again, bring others with you, listen to the people who love you and tell you the truth. And never forget, your greatest legacy won't be the awards that you collect, it will be the lives you encourage, the doors you open, and the people who are stronger because you chose to lift them up. And that's the kind of a success that really does last forever. I feel, you know, we've only done 30 minutes, but there are once again a lot of gems. And thank you once again, Golden, for another great interview.
Thank you, Imani, for joining me on this journey and listening to this interview, and everyone else who joined as well. And shout out to 1-800 Brick City, Big Jersey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, shout out to Jersey. Everybody, you can put where you from in the chat, because wherever we're from, you know, it is a part of us, right? But yeah, I love Queen Latifah swag. I love her style. And yes, she is from, you know, the northern side, Jersey, been to Philly, Maryland, just about everywhere, child. Everywhere she's been, I've been. So yeah, but a lot of the knowledge and the wisdom and the gems that she dropped, you know, there is a reason that she is called the queen. She really represents unity, lifting others up and moving through this chaotic world with absolute unshakable class. Latifah is giving us the ultimate blueprint of longevity, and we need to contrast that with what we see every single day, even right here on these YouTube streets and social media streets. Look at how she moves versus how the internet tells us to move. We live in a digital culture that demands you broadcast your entire life, exploit your family's privacy for views, and strip away your own boundaries just to stay relevant in an algorithm. But Queen Latifah stands as a monument of restraint. She teaches us a lesson that every content creator and social media user or celebrity needs to tattoo on their heart: you do not owe the public your entire soul to be successful. On YouTube, people mistake exposure for impact and clicks for character. But there is a massive difference between being a public figure and having a public life. Your content, your commentary, your business, that is what you give to the world. But your peace, your partner, your child, or your children, and your healing, that is a sacred ground that belongs only to you and God, or, you know, whoever it is you may believe in, respectfully. And when you turn the cameras off, you need to have a real life that is left over. Letitia's foundation came from the raw, real world wisdom of her mother, her ultimate warrior, who taught her how to stand tall and keep her feet grounded. And now that Latifah is a mother herself, she is passing that clean, unpolluted legacy down. She reminds us that true legacy isn't about how many subscribers or followers you have. It's about what kind of peace and integrity you bring home to your family, your children, your spouse when the laptop is closed and the computer is turned off. On social media, people think they have to be loud, bitter, and messy to build a platform. They use their crowns or their channels to look down on people, drag others into the mud, and stir up division. But Latifah's life proves that arrogance only gives you a quick, fleeting moment of internet fame or fame in general, while humility and integrity gives you a lifetime of real world impact. True royalty doesn't tear down the community for clout. True royalty uses its platform to pull others up, to honor the spaces that built them, and to protect the next generation. So, y'all, the overall message that I took from this is let's stop letting social media distort our values. Guard your circle, anchor your character in love, and build a legacy that an algorithm can never delete. And that is all I have to say on that, y'all. Do you have any final thoughts, Imani, before we wrap up?
Yeah, and shout out to Angie Martinez. She showed us once again what great interviewing really looks like. She didn't make herself the story. She created a space where honesty can flourish, where vulnerability was welcomed, and where important life lessons can be shared. And sometimes the greatest gift we can give another person is simply to listen. And there was another thread that connected all three women. It was humility. Despite decades at the top of their professions, they all spoke about family, faith, trusted friends, and mentors who kept them grounded. And that's a lesson for all of us. Success without humility eventually becomes pride, but success with gratitude becomes a legacy. And so don't just admire their achievements, learn from the principles that built them. I think that was a great lesson. And we'll be doing some more of this today. I think there were great interviews and there's more to come. And that's all I have for today.
Thank you so much, Imani. That was wonderful. And yes, I think these conversations, both the first one that we listened to with Nia Long, which we will finish that one up on the next live, and the first 30 minutes that we listened to here with Queen Latifah, both powerful women, strong women, successful women, but like you said, Imani, have learned the power of humility. We have to remember to keep humility in whatever it is that we do. So I really enjoyed this conversation in this live today, and I hope you guys did as well. And I just want to shout out to everybody who joined us, whether you came into rock in the chat with us or you just laid back in the cut and listened from the outside. We can feel your presence there and appreciate it as well. Go ahead, Imani.
Oh, and don't forget to go and subscribe to 1-800 Brick City. He has a channel, so go and subscribe to his channel. And everybody, please drop your links to your channels there. We talked about Stars and Blueberries channels. We want to support people and help them to grow. And
Right.
some of the other channels that I mentioned earlier at the beginning. And to the
A-
replay gang, thank you. Don't forget to drop a like for us. We appreciate all of you.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. And y'all, like we say, we share our support and we spread our support around. So if I am not mistaken, I do believe that Star has a live coming up very shortly, right after we wrap up here. So if you all want to go over and check out Star and join her and show her support on the live, I'll be over there, y'all, kicking it. If you still going live, Star, And you can go ahead and drop your link in the chat. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. But yeah, I thought this is an excellent conversation, and we will be finishing it off tomorrow, y'all, with the part 3. So if you like, please come back and join us again so we can hear more from these 3 lovely ladies. But yeah, we're going to end it with a bop per usual. Y'all know how we do. And we hope that you guys have an excellent rest of your Friday in whatever respectful time zone you may be in, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night there for you. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it through another week. God bless. We love you all. Thanks for all of the support. And we will talk to y'all soon, Imani.
Yeah, and we will be back with our global weekly politics roundup sometime this weekend. Don't worry, we're still doing the politics.
Oh, yeah. We can't forget about the politics, y'all. We got to do our politics, and we're going to do some more on our history, and we'll do some more food stuff and be incorporating some more content that's fun as well. We're going to get back to doing game night as well, like with trivia and stuff like that. And child, if I can come across some funds, we could do cash prize and all of that. Because y'all know if I got it, you got it. When God blesses you, you bless others back. But yeah, we have some really great things to come. So y'all keep rocking with us and checking us out and support all of the channels that we mentioned and many more. Because everybody's out here rocking and doing their thing in their own style and fashion, y'all. And it's more than enough out here for us all to eat and get it. So let's get it. But yeah, that is all I got, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end us with a bop. And we will see y'all on the next live. So Golden and Imani, we out. Bye.
It's a collective thing, you know. Yeah. High freaks. We just rising. Watch the elevation. To look for God in the clouds, and my head down. Now I see the kingdom in the people, it's a spread now. Love is a currency, we don't need a gold crown. We lifting everybody up, we don't let a soul drown. It's that eternal glory, yeah, that spiritual fastest. Turning all our trials into heavenly access. We moving past the labels and the religious brackets. When love is a language, we don't need a tactic. Love is love, it's the way that we climb. Leaving all the soul intervention, living in the higher, holy dimension. Deep in the collective, we finding the frequency. A brotherhood rising with spirit decency. No more division, we killing the vacancy. Filling the void with a holy complacency. From the concrete roof to the celestial heights, we shining together like cityscapes. Right, it's a long road home, but the vision is clear. Love is the only thing conquering fear. Elevation isn't just about going up. It's about bringing everyone with you. One soul, one heart, one vision. What is your mission? Love is love. It's the way that we climb. Leaving all the heavy, bitter pieces behind. An ascension, a soul intervention. Living in a higher, holy dimension. Collective energy. No one left behind. That's the elevation. Ascension.
They don't know her like I do. Nah. Golden. She moved through the city with her hair held high. Pretty brown skin with a storm inside. Everybody see the glow, they don't know the pressure. Smile so warm, but her heart no weather. Late nights riding while the skyline blur. Trying not to cry when the memories occurred. Had to learn fast, everybody ain't loyal. Some people love you long as they control you. Now she move careful, energy expensive. Too many fake vibes hiding in the friendship. Used to give love with her hands wide open. Now every scar got the whole vibe frozen. They don't know her like I. No, they don't know. She goes by golden, soft voice, deep soul, hope or glowing. She goes by golden. City lights dancing with her heart stay open. Long dark roads, but she still stay focused. Everybody watching, but they don't really know. She goes by golden. Too much grace with the games they throwing. Real love, rare, so spirits they got it. Beautiful soul, but the pain left marks in it. Mirror tell the truth when the lights go dim. All the things she carry weight heavy within. She survived nights she don't even speak on. Still finding peace what the whole world ain't wrong. Funny how the love disappear when you're healing. Funny how the fate come around when you win. Now she trusts God more than people intend. Just cause smiles hot and being hidden addiction. Still soft-hearted but she way less naive. Can't keep pouring love but there's nothing received. Still dancing slow through the hurt and confusion. Trying not to lose herself chasing illusions. She survived the fire. Still glowing through the smoke. Still still dangerous. Still chosen. She goes by golden. Snow so deep made the whole room notice. Heavy lies couldn't break what was chosen. Still standing tall while the whole world folding. She goes by golden. Heartbreak turned to pessimistic. Now the tears got rhythm when she's singing. And they still don't know her like still don't know her like that. Spend too much time looking for love in strangers. Spend too much time letting outside voices shake the mirror. But at the end of the night, when the lights fade, when the city cried, when the tears dried, we still got